This work? There we go.
Oh yeah, it works,
Okay.
brother. It's on. Hello, everybody. Good morning.
Hi.
Another
Hello.
day, another doubloon, huh? It's Friday. You know
Yes,
what that
indeed.
means.
Oki Oki Fight Club?
It sure does.
Hell yeah.
This microphone is pissing me off. This microphone is pissing me off today. Hello,
Just not
gamers.
excited. Cheers.
Congrats on the Marisa dress. Thanks. I worked very hard on it. I looked at it briefly in game, but I haven't seen it yet, like fully.
All I know is my boy is looking incredible.
You know what we should look at fully?
What's that?
Patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. We should
Ooh.
go there. A couple bucks a month lets us support or help support everything we do here on Loading Ready Run. Very important. If you don't want to support us through Patreon and still want to do something, you can go to our store at store.loadingreadyrun.com. We have a new hoodie. Christmas coming up. You know, there's a Lure fan in your life. Maybe buy him something.
Holidays are coming
Also,
up.
yeah, holidays are coming up. I mean, it's stressful for everybody too.
Yeah.
If you're watching on Twitch and you're new here and you want to hit the follow button, that is also good. If you want to sub, there is Twitch Prime if you have that. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to support us through YouTube and you don't watch on Twitch and you don't want to do Patreon, there are super thanks that you can do on YouTube as well. So yeah, now that we've asked for money in like 8 different ways,
Whatever's most convenient for you, really.
yeah, it doesn't. And even if you can't afford it, that is also okay.
Yeah.
Like you don't feel like you have to support us, right?
Yeah, we're just happy to have you here.
Yeah.
Metrics are good anyway.
Metrics are good. Yeah. So today Nelson was going to be here, but Nelson's kid is sick, so I don't know if he'll be here or not. Ben is away. Wheeler is on an indefinite hiatus, as far as I know.
Haha, you're stuck with me today.
Yeah, I'm stuck with you. We are going to take a look at one thing before we even do anything.
Yeah. Is it the outfit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the colors yet.
Ooh.
So this is what we start with. Pretty good. She's big. She's strong. Oh, that's okay. Kind of like that one. Oh,
Big.
shoot. The colors get better.
Ooh. That's very good.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that one. Oh, I like the hair on that one. Go back. Yeah.
The dark hair.
Yeah, that's really good.
Everybody got new costumes today. Pink one. I like that green one.
Hell yeah. Oh, the green one with the lipstick is nice. The green
Yeah.
lipstick.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then
Ooh, the gold. Ooh. We go back one too. Oh, I like that a lot. The
Purple one?
pastel, yeah. Especially with the gold on the side.
the costumes are super expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a little.
They're pricey. I bought one.
Ooh,
Oh, the black one's good. I like that one a lot.
that one's cool.
Anyway.
Hell
All right. So, Jacob, I gave you some homework. to
Yes,
do.
I did my homework.
Did you?
I did. I did a lot of homework. I
That's-
got up to gold rank 2.
Oh, that's sick.
Thank you.
I'm gonna need your CFN name.
Grim. GRYM.
GRYM.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're gonna take a look. Like that?
Yep. Yeah. You got to have a Y in there because I'm a nerd.
Now we gotta find you. You're not a Marisa.
Definitely not.
Wow, I can't believe it doesn't give me just. Why does it
Can't
give
you
me?
go into your friends list?
Oh, yeah, I can. But I don't know if I can find your entire list of replays that way.
We could. Let's see.
Where are you?
There you go.
Maybe I have to cap it. Maybe it's case sensitive. Oh, it's case sensitive.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sorry.
That makes sense.
I just need to see a big list of your replays because I want to queue them up. This keyboard always throws me off. Patch might be no replays.
Oh, let's hope not.
Oh yeah, from oh wait, yeah, that's actually a good point. If it's December 1st, then that way
Does it clear the replays?
at the beginning of the month,
Oh no!
maybe. Let's see if we can. Yeah, you're not even coming up.
And I'm looking at the dates on the side, and they're all just
December
the first.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it!
Hold on. Let me go through your. Let me go through your profile.
Nope.
Yeah.
Aw.
Man, that sucks.
Oh, that's stinky.
That
Oh,
is
man,
stinky.
there were a couple that I wanted to... Ah,
That
man.
is stinky.
All right, I'll do it. Beans. All right, I'll do it again. I'll do it again this week in prep for next week.
Sucks. Oh man, that's stinky.
Oh, man.
That's too bad, Jacob. My bad.
No, that's all right. I didn't know. Oh, man.
Couldn't have known. Yeah, that sucks.
Oh,
It's like I gave her. I was like everybody. I was like, I need you all to play some rank this week. And then,
God, I did so good. Like not jumping. Like I tied my knees up so I don't do more knees.
so what we can do though is we can look up some modern geef stuff. This is what I used to do. I don't play. I'm not playing every day anymore. But when I take a fighting game, Street Fighter specifically, when I was learning Street Fighter, I don't think I really did this for any other game because their research, their search functionality and replay functionality is nowhere near what Street Fighter is usually running. Like the replay function in Street Fighter 5 was really, really good. And then this one is really good. But what I would do is I would sit down before I played, and then I would search for, I knew there's a lot of like, I knew a lot of like the pro players that would play Marisa, so I would look them up.
Sure.
And I would queue up like 12 replays and just like hit play and watch them all, and just look at like what buttons they're pressing, why they're pressing them, what they're trying to do, like what their game plan is. And that is how I learned how to play Street Fighter 6. I also had a lot of help from a lot of people, so it's like that is not the only way I learned, but it is definitely a nice like supplementary way to learn how to play this game.
Cool.
So what I do is you can go here into the search functionality. I don't know, you can say like this month or like in 60 days maybe. And then we can go, I would look for like rank matches.
Okay.
And then character, I would pick geef. Control type, obviously we want modern because we want to get a similar experience. And then I would do minimum master. And you can do max master if you want, but it doesn't really matter.
Cool.
So
Ooh,
then,
we got a raid.
yeah. Hello, James.
Hi, James.
Hello, Chunkers. Tall cup of JO3. Cool whip. So I just like, a lot of this is like, they're going to be like mid 1500 MR in general.
Man.
What up, Nelson?
New challenger approaches.
I should go get that different.
The way that you walked in, dude.
My man's jacked up. Fucking hell.
The way that he's swinging his shoulders.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, let's see how these
Anyway, yeah.
these low MR. No, I shouldn't say low MR, but like 1500 MR is like where you start at 1500 basically.
Okay.
So let's see what these geefs are up to. Can we find anything that's like a? There was one person that I saw that was like 1600. We watched one Zuka. Maybe we just search a bunch of Zuka stuff. Zuka 77, sure. Zuka, you are our guide, our guiding light in these times of modern geef peril,
Zangief.
Like that. All right, perfect. So let's go. Did they just beat a Dalsum's ass? Oh, let's go, dude. They beat Waddle Dee. Isn't that a Kirby character?
I
Waddle Dee?
think so, yeah.
Can Waddle Dee beat Waddle Dee's ass with a crowbar? Like, do they have the new costume? I guarantee you they will. Let's take a look. I don't know. This matchup seems like it's miserable, but we're going to take a look at it anyway. I guess, you know what we could do?
What's that?
Is you can do... Oh, you can't search by... I can't search for character specific. Like, this player versus Cammy, because that's the one you play the most, right?
Yeah.
You play against Cammy the most.
There's
Yeah.
one. Very bottom.
We get one?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we can start by watching this.
Murder.
So basically what I'm looking at is like...
Lurker's Fun
Anytime...
says you can search that way.
Oh, can you? It's criteria too? Okay. I'll change
Sounds
them.
like
I'll
when
get the different
the-
microphone in a
Cheers.
second.
Sounds like when the criteria 2 is when the stormtroopers go to Jedi.
Oh,
Uzis.
what?
Yeah. So this is hard. This is really hard to do because you can't buffer drive rush behind this because it's a light.
What's buffer mean? Sorry.
Buffering means that you're pressing, like, basically what the Zangief is doing, like a lot of players will do, will hit a normal button and then hit drive rush, like the drive rush cancel immediately behind it when they're at a space where the only thing that will, like, they'll whiff the move, like it won't get blocked, right? So they're trying to whiff punish, which is exactly what happened here. Like this is like Street Fighter 101, right? So what the Zangief is doing is he hit a button just at a range where, like, they're not going to block it, so he's not minus, because, like, you can't hit standing medium punch just in the middle of nowhere, right? It's minus
Right.
whatever
Yeah.
on block. I mean, at certain ranges it won't be punished, but it's like you are hitting buttons in the neutral at ranges where you're trying to clip your opponent's limbs,
Okay.
right? And so what the Zangief does is she tries to sweep. I think she tried to whiff punish, or she tried to sweep after the standing medium punch, and Zangief just hit standing light kick to whiff punish it, basically.
Okay.
So
Let me say this back so
Yes.
like I can understand. So you're hitting a button that is going to do nothing, hoping that the other person retaliates.
you're not hoping. You're sometimes you're. This was a reaction. This isn't a hope. There's a difference between a whiff punish and a wish punish. I know that the terms are similar, but it is a term that they use. In wish punishes are like, I hope they hit a button here,
Okay.
right? A wish punish is also can be bundled into. There's things called spacing traps, basically. But that's, I think I don't want to get into that quite
That's
yet.
fair.
But whiff punishing and figuring out what buttons in neutral are going to let you enact your game plan is the most important thing. Like what I told Nelson is, like, you're trying to look for, even if it's like if you're new, you're looking for one button that, like, you build your offensive, like, flow chart from,
Okay.
or like just one button, right? And with Geef, I mean, the more advanced button is standing light kick, which is good, but you can't buffer drive rush behind it, because if you they changed the way drive rush canceling works a little while ago, and before you used to have to always double tap forward to drive rush cancel, but they added in, you can just hit the parry buttons, like medium and two mediums, to drive rush off a normal button.
Okay.
But you can't, if you do it off a light button, it will happen no matter if you whiff or not.
Okay.
So that's why it's harder. This is harder to do. I'll show you in training mode, but
Sure.
it's like whiff punishing and drive rushing, like hit confirming, basically. It's like you're swinging the button and you see the hit and you immediately hit the drive rush because you know you got the hit, right? That's hard, and that's a little bit more advanced, and new players aren't going to be able to do that easily. So that is something, like, I don't expect you to, like, do this, right? Like, I want you to think about it and try doing it, but I don't think that, like, you know, you're going to be able to do it just in the dark like that, right? Like, we can even see the inputs of them. So he does hit forward. He just sees the limb come out, right? Like, see how he hits it way after?
Yeah.
Right? Like, they're just thinking about, again, this is the button that I would look at and I'd be like, oh, they're hitting standing light kick a lot. It's like, why? Well, that's why, right? They get a knockdown. Doesn't get Oki because, I don't know, they decided that Zangief doesn't get it. But you do get a knockdown, you do get a little bit. You get a good grip of damage, right? There was another, like, he hit, you know, like, same thing from the Kami's end, right? Zangief whiffs a big move. Like, this move is good, and you should, that's standing heavy punch,
Yeah.
You should be hitting it a lot, but you got to be very careful with the ranges because the amount of recovery that, you know, like, you whiff it, and there are some characters that will just make you explode for whiffing that button.
Yep.
And I mean, this doesn't look bad, right? Like, the sweep doesn't look bad, but you're in the blender, and
Yeah.
Kami has a very good
Oh,
offensive options.
I'm aware.
Yeah. Oh, I sped it up. How do I slow it down? Is the slow down button again?
A lot of times, like when I fight Ryan's Cammy, I feel like I'm waiting for them to make a mistake.
Yeah. Wow, that was a good standing light kick interrupt. This looks like a pretty good, like, safe block string, too. Like, they probably could have lariated here to get a knockdown, but that's also fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now you're in hell.
Oh, Ryan did that to me yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
See how they're not confirmed, like, they can't drive rush, but it's still just a good button to, like,
Yeah.
you're controlling space, right? Like, Zangief, like, I've talked about this on the show before, but, like, every character kind of has, like, to use a football analogy, I don't know how well you know football, but when a quarterback is, like, receives the ball, right, and they're in that moment where they're trying to decide what they want to do, they're in the pocket, and that's, like, where the quarterback is in complete control, right? They are at their strongest.
Yeah.
When they're in the pocket and they have time to decide, they're looking to see what they're doing, and every character, I think, has, like, what is an optimal range, and that's being in the pocket where you want to be there, and some of them are very uncomfortable, and sadly, Zangief's pocket that you have to learn to play at, right there.
Mm-hmm.
You are that far away, right? And that is hard. That's scary. It's hard to react to things, like, but if you are going to play this character, you have to learn to enjoy this range and work your goddamn, like, you have to work hard to get there and stay there too. Getting there and staying there is much harder than getting there.
Especially after an SPD, because it puts you so far away.
Yeah. I mean, that's on purpose, because I don't know if this game would be fun if Zangief could just loop SPDs.
I mean, it'd be fun for me.
It'd be fun for Zangief.
Yeah.
Oh, you're dead. Getting there is hard. Yeah. Staying there is hard. Zangief's just hard to play. Like, he is the hardest character to play in neutral, right? He has to work the hardest out of everybody. This is a good example. Even on block, like, it's still an offensive opportunity, and look how far away you get to start your offense from. Like,
Yeah.
see how that's just a little outside of the pocket, right? And I shouldn't say they just commit to this right away, right? This is something that you don't want to do all the time, because this is something I run into when I'm playing Luke. I do the same thing where I'm just, like, button into whether hit or block into drive rush. Like, that's 3 bars, right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I think Zangief players I think the nature of playing Zangief is that sometimes you are going to get put into burnout, like, maybe sometimes twice a round, and that's just what you have to do to kind of get your game plan going, because you are just looking for a knockdown. Like, I don't know all of Gief's, like, Oki options, but you are just kind of hoping that you can get a knockdown and you can keep applying pressure. Like with Marisa, like, kind of have the same idea where it's like you have a knockdown situation and then you kind of have ways to extend the pressure and keep them guessing, and I'm willing to spend all my drive gauge if I can get them either in the corner or, like, in a situation where I need to make them. Usually it's in the corner. Sadly, Gief doesn't have a lot of corner carry, what they call.
Yeah.
The strength of a lot of characters is, like, how far
How
can
far
I take
can you
them?
push them into the corner, right?
Yeah, from what part of the stage, like, characters like Ken can carry you from, from they're in the corner on the left-hand side, and I think there's some combos where they can end up with you in the corner on the right-hand side, or they can side switch, which is important. DJ, same thing. He can do a lot of stuff like that. Cammy has a ton of corner carry as well, and, like, Gief doesn't really. But again, I think it's a balancing thing. They do it on purpose, because if Gief had a ton of corner carry and then you're just stuck in the corner eating SPDs, like, no one's having fun. That's how, like, even the low commit, like, you have to do a lot of offense with Gief that's, like, very low committal, and you can't, like, you see how we've seen like one SPD,
Right.
And the big thing about Gief and grapplers in general is that the threat of the SPD is much scarier than the actual SPD.
I remember, I think Heathnov said that last time.
Do you know why?
Because it's control, probably, of space.
Yes,
because,
but, like, it leads to, you're going to get more damage off of them trying to avoid the SPD most times than you going for the SPD. Because you're just going to kind of nickel and dime them with situations like this. Like, do you see here? What did the Cammy do? They tried to jab it. They tried to jab there, but I mean, you can do stuff where it's like standing light kick, drive rush, SPD. Like that could work, but that needs conditioning, right? I guess you are +5 there, right? Like, you know, you're plus. What are you after that? There's no way he's -4, right? She's +4 after that? Am I reading this wrong? Running bear grab is pretty good, yeah. But yeah, so like I'm trying to find situations where the Cammy is trying to jump out of this, and I can show you like. Again, there's that standing light kick, right? Seems to be the like go-to series is just always like stand light kick if they hit, they drop this combo, but it's crouching medium punch,
Yeah.
L stab, and then standing they usually did standing medium punch, or you need to have these strings, like you need this damage all adds up. It doesn't feel like, I think a thing that a lot of people fall into when they're playing fighting games or learning them is like, okay, well, every time I get a hit has to be some big flashy combo, or like it has to take them into the corner, or like we're all guilty of it. I used to think like that, but there is nothing wrong with nickel and diming your opponent to death. And it's very powerful. And if you play controlled and if you play with a game plan in mind, then that all that damage is going to add up. Yeah, but she couldn't do anything after that. Perfect. Right. There's so many hits, right?
Really
Yeah. Both of you, I want to see you doing more stuff like this too. Just tap it. Don't hold it. You don't want to hold the perfect parry. You do want to just tap it on your wake up, because it can a tapped parry on wake up, while risky, because you can get grabbed, and getting grabbed out of your perfect parry, or out of your parry is bad, right? It's a punish counter, and you lose a drive gauge, and you take like 2,000 damage, which is 20%, right? That's a lot. Except for if you're Geef, it's a little less than 20%, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
This is something that defensively is very powerful, because if Geef had gotten a perfect parry there, they just back throw and then Cammy's in the corner, right? That's why that situation is powerful. That's why throw loops exist in this game, is because parry exists, right? It has to. I think like throw loops have to exist because parry on wake up exists, and meaties are like, when you are hitting a button on their wake up, you do have to think about, oh, are they going to parry here?
What's meaty mean?
Meaty means when you get it. Yeah, go ahead.
I need practice with this.
Yeah.
Someone was just asking about Oki, and they're similar, right? Like they both have to do with the opponent waking up. So when the opponent wakes up and you're trying to land a hit, right, the first frame that you could hit them after they've completed their animation of waking up, that's a meaty. And in Oki,
Ryan does that all the time.
yeah.
See
Ryan's
here
really pretty good at
what the
meaties.
Cammy's doing, like knockdown, right? This is like Street Fighter 101, and I think that getting your meaty timings down is more important than anything else in this game, in fighting games, right? So see how you can see here too, like knockdown. Some players will do this stuff like this too, where you can do like auto timed meaties, basically.
Was that just a buffered move?
She buffers the standing light kick. You see how like Cammy goes like this?
Yeah.
Whiffs the standing light kick.
Yeah.
It's to help. It's called a frame kill. So you're killing the frames to make your meaty just hit on the first frame that it's active. It's like a timing thing, right? So you can do stuff like that where it's like you don't really need to, like, as on Marisa, I manually time a lot of my stuff, and that's just how I learned. But you can do stuff where like you whiff a jab and then you can do a button into helping you, kind of like, it gives you like a fucking Candyland, like you're moving your piece along the board, like situation.
So essentially, you're whiffing a light attack, or you're whiffing an attack.
Yeah.
You're whiffing an attack to help you time your next attack.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
To make it active on the first frame.
Yeah.
So that frame, like that button is hitting on the first frame that they're active to block.
So Oki is just the general, like, wake up rock, paper, scissors
Yes.
of it all. Meaty is specifically trying to hit them on the first frame during a wake up.
Or like
Yes.
succeeding at hitting them.
Meaty is an option
Yeah.
on Oki.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right?
Meaty's
So, like,
in the
Oki options are
umbrella,
like-
right?
Like if I knock someone down, right, and I'm this Cammy, her options are strike,
Strike,
throw. She
Yeah.
could shimmy.
Yep.
Right. I mean, shimmy is a little bit more advanced, and most players aren't going to shimmy you.
Uh-huh.
You will run into it. You'll start running into it though as you like play more. You can do all kinds. There's all kinds of stuff you can do on Oki, but the most basic layer 1 offense for Oki is either a strike or a throw.
Yep.
Because you can jump the throw, right? You can backdash the throw, but you can't backdash the strike. You can't backdash, or you can't jump the strike, right? So that is like the very basic beginning. Yeah, and also the frame. I will show you. I've shown Nelson and them this. Your frame data changes on where you hit them on their wake up, because all attacks have like the 3 different phases. They have startup frames, which is the move is starting to come out. It has active frames, which means the move is active and its hitbox is out. So it's anything that it comes into contact with when its active frames are out, or it's gonna hit it. And then recovery frames, which means that it's recovering and they can't do anything else while it's happening.
You're vulnerable.
You're vulnerable. Yeah. So what people will do with the auto time meaties too is that the meaty move is hitting on like the last tail end of the active frames. So then that way you start your recovery faster. And that means you are more plus and you can do different things that wouldn't normally happen if you timed it manually and you screwed it up. I can show you with Marisa after this what it means.
No, I
can show you visually what it means.
Visually,
Different
I'd love to
options
see it, yeah.
combo whether you hit them at the beginning of your active frame or
Yeah.
the end of the active
Yeah, at this point, I feel like I could tell you every option Cammy has on Wake Up because I have
felt
taken
them
them
all?
1,000 times.
Yeah. Yeah. So like that was an auto timed into crouching. Here we can see it again. Cammy does that. Whips light kick, crouching heavy punch, jab jab. Now, thing you got to remember in situations like this, because so the parry didn't work, right? And I was showing you before we went online, where it's like you can hold down, back, or block and still hit the parry button while you're in the block string, in the timing. Because like if the timing's off, or I think if the block string is airtight, you won't be able to parry anything. So it still blocks, but if their block string isn't airtight and the string comes, like if there's a gap in the string, the parry will come out and you'll either parry it, get some drive gauge bash, which is always good, or you'll get a random perfect parry.
Sorry.
Yes.
It's difficult to pick up the terms through context.
Yes.
What does block string mean?
Right
Like,
here.
why does it?
She does it right here.
What is?
They keep attacking and you keep blocking.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're
thank
still
you. Thank
blocking.
you.
String of
You're
attacks.
stringing
Still
attacks.
blocking.
Okay, thank you.
It's
Yep.
called my block string. If I'm hitting you, like I'm the one punching,
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing a block string. You're blocking
Block.
the whole time.
Okay, got it.
So while you're blocking, if you're I didn't actually miss this. How do you hit the parries? Do you pepper them in with your block? Like do you alternate?
You're holding it, and
You're
you just
holding.
hold it down. You're holding it, and you just
Yeah.
tap it
You just tap
in
it, right?
timing with the if they're doing the same block
have
string
to
over and
tap
over again
in correspondence with the active frames of the attacks.
of the attacks. You're
Okay.
just like here, like so whiffs like kick, right?
Yep.
So this block string, I mean, it looks different because you parried, or the wake up gets parried. So it's like this is a block string. She just does crouching heavy punch, jab jab. That's a block string,
Okay.
right? And she tried to hit a button after that, and Geef hit their 4 frames, so they interrupted. So it's like they can't do, like, they tried to get away with taking, like, essentially a situation where the Cammy was actually at the disadvantage after this, right? Like after this, Cammy is -2, right? You can see the frame data right here. She's -2 in this situation, and she tried to hit jab again, I think. So she's hitting standing jab. I think that's 4 frames. I might be wrong. So since Cammy's hitting standing jab, which is 4 frames, and Geef decides to hit crouching light kick, which is his 4 frames, Geef wins because Geef is +2, right? Geef is acting 2 frames faster than Cammy.
Okay.
You see here, like the numbers right here, it's hard to read, but
Yeah.
Geef right here, after this second jab, Geef is +2, Cammy is -2. Cammy tries to hit, she tried to hit standing light kick, which is even slower. I think that's her 5 or 6 frame or something. And Geef hits standing light kick and clips her, right? And that is just a good way that takes time to learn, like what players' block strings are and where they're minus. A good rule of thumb is like all single attacks in Street Fighter as a normal with no drive gauge used are all minus.
Okay.
But not all of them. Shouldn't say that. Not all of them. Cammy is +1 after her crouching heavy punch. She's +1. That's why she's able to hit jab, because her 4-frame essentially becomes a 3-frame, right? Comes out 3 frames
Safe
faster.
on block.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they can do like crouching heavy punch, jab, jab, and that's like the block string.
Okay.
Right. And that's where you got to realize that, like, and a lot of people get into trouble because they try to mash out of like block strings too early, or there's a lot of things in fighting games. Yes. You try to hit a button too early and you think like, why isn't this working? I keep getting hit. Well, the reason you keep getting hit is because this is not your turn yet.
Yeah.
It's not your turn to act.
There are also a lot of things in games that will beat stuff like that. There's frame traps, which we can get into later. I don't want to talk about safe jumps, frame traps, all kinds of stuff that gets around. I mean, safe jumps isn't this, but frame traps specifically beats this situation. Like if they put you in a frame trap, where it's like, I mean, essentially the long and short of it is a frame trap is a series of buttons that leaves a gap big enough for you to hang yourself.
Okay.
So it's like they'll hit a button and then it'll be like a 3-frame gap where you're like, oh, I can hit a button here, and they try to hit a button, but your button comes out first. And you slam, and you hit a nasty counter hit or a good punish counter, right? And then you get a ton of damage for it. But let's rewind it, because we want to make both of you need to develop a strike throw offense. You want to make people guess. That is layer 1. That's what we're trying to do, right? And we're trying to see the point of watching these replays and seeing people do them is to see how other players who are better than you are doing it, right? I shouldn't say better. I should say more experienced, right? Better is a shit thing to say. My apologies. More experienced, right? They just have more time, or they just pick up things faster, and that's okay, right? We all learn at different speeds. That was a hell of a fucking DP. Holy shit, yeah. So yeah, throw. This is where parrying is scary, right? Throw loops are scary. This is why this is why throw loops exist. So headbutt. That motherfucker, he's what is he after that headbutt? This is a really good meaty option, right? Geef gets a knockdown, so Geef gets Oki here, right? In the corner after Lariat. What does he do? He's +27 here after the Lariat, right? There are different numbers too that will change things, like after knockdowns, like as you get higher and higher into the plus frames, that's where safe jumps come into play. But again, so he headbutts. He's +7, right? This is Geef's time now. So Geef drive rush, Geef drive rushes, headbutts again. Cammy's not biting. Hell stab, turns over. Okay, so that's when you need to realize too, it's like, because you did your, like this offense right here, this Geef does two things, and I think this is a mental block for a lot of players where they're like, oh, I failed. Or like, my offense sucks. It's like, no, you just chose to do a couple things and that's okay, right? This is good. Like, this is okay, because if you know, you can take information like this, even in a microcosm of a round, and you can say like, oh, headbutt. Remember that time I did headbutt, drive rush, headbutt, and they just didn't do anything? I could do like headbutt, drive rush, throw next time, and then I get headbutt, drive rush. I could do command grab. Command grab is the scariest, or the hardest. Not hardest. It is the scariest option for both of you, because if they jump it, especially in a situation like this, you are dead, right? Yeah. If you go for the command grab. And I think in the Cammy's head, they're okay with just taking... there's a term in fighting games that they use called taking the throw. And it's a little less prevalent, I guess, in Street Fighter 6 because throw loops exist, and you can't really afford to just take the throw over and over again because that damage adds up. But this Cammy is in a situation where if you look at this screen. So Jacob, we didn't talk, I don't think we've talked about this yet, but everything on this screen is a resource, right? Everything that you see right here is a resource. So the resources are life bar, drive gauge, super art, and the screen itself. The screen is a resource. As a Zangief, you're going to be, a lot of your battles are going to be fighting for the screen space, because you are trying to either push someone you're trying to walk someone into the corner. That's essentially what everybody's trying to do. Every fighting game, every character in this game is trying to walk you into the corner or carry you into the corner. That is your goal. Number one always should be like, how do I get this person in the corner? And if you get put in the corner, then all of a sudden it's like, well, I got to get out, right? That is, if I could break it down to like the most simple, like, what am I supposed to do game plan? Every character in this game wants to put somebody in the corner. That is just rule number one. So everything you do and everything, when you're watching a player, you can even see it, like everything that we're doing is we are trying to push people into the corner. That is goal. That is the spot where all of these characters are more powerful. They get Oki options that they don't get in mid screen, right? All the Oki options open up for everybody. It all becomes much more powerful, right? So Zangief decides forward heavy punch? I think it's forward heavy punch. Forward heavy punch, drive rush, which is expensive, but he's got bar to give, right? But look at that. That's a big, like, imagine if, let's say Zangief had more health and decides to do what he just did, right? I went backwards. Okay. But anyway, that is not a failure. Like doing that sequence right there and then them not biting and just jumping out, it's like, yeah, that sucks, but it's not a failure. It is just, you know that next time if you do it again, you can test the waters again. You could even do it again and still get the same result and be like, okay, so I did headbutt on Oki, drive rush, headbutt, and they didn't jump once. So it's either they're not scared of the command grab or they don't believe I'm going to do it, right?
Okay.
And if you go for a third time, even like doing something like, sometimes you can do like headbutt, drive rush, nothing. I mean, you do spend 3 bars and that's expensive, but there are sequences that you can do that even a simple sequence like that, where it's just like headbutt, drive rush, headbutt, can be expanded upon to like headbutt, drive rush, nothing, headbutt, no drive rush, like headbutt, like walk forward, you know what I mean? Like there are just so many different things you can do. Again, saying light kick, right? This has been the one thing that if I was playing Zangief and I was watching this, I'd be like, yeah, I need to do that more, right? Standing light kick, crouching medium punch, hell stab, lariat. Good chunk of damage. You don't get Oki off of it, but you do push them closer. Again, we have shifted. We are fighting for screen space, right? And you also have to remember that more than anything, the most important resources in this game is dry rush or drive gauge. More important than life, more important than super art. I mean, super art for level, I guess it kind of, I would say super art level 3 and some characters level 2 becomes a little bit more important than drive gauge, depending on the flow of the match. But I think that if you're going to peg one as number one and the most important thing, and that what dictates the flow of the game, that drive gauge. Okay. You need to be able to control it and spend it wisely, but also know when do you need to cash out. Like there's a lot of very big things that you can learn. You will learn slowly but surely, but that will take time. And like learning when to cash out, when to play defensively, when I can just chill, when I need to regain drive gauge, how I regain drive gauge, right?
I have a question.
Yep.
When you say you don't get Oki off this string of moves,
yep,
what does that mean? Why can't you just, you've knocked them down, why can't you just run over to where they fell down?
Because I don't think there's a single option here that Zangief can do that would lead to real pressure.
Okay.
Like I think maybe, I mean, again, I'm not a Zangief player, but I am assuming, look how far away she is. If she back rolls and Zangief decides to like, I want to drive rush, crouch medium kick. Yeah, like I don't think anything he can do there would lead to real pressure. Okay. I don't think. Maybe, but again, he just spent, maybe he didn't want to, like, maybe they didn't want to spend the resources. Because again, this is managing your drive gauge, right? Yeah. If you go like this, you do something like this, you just spent 3 bars. Look at Zangief's drive gauge. Look at Cammy's drive gauge.
Yep.
So what if he does drive rush, which is a bar, into button, into fit, like then he's at 2 bars. And now he's like, he can't do anything. If he does an EX move, he burns out, and then burning out against anybody in this game, if they're like, usually is a death sentence. Like, obviously maybe not at this life totals, but it is very bad. Being burnt out is bad. You should always be like, why did I burn out there?
Okay.
You know, when you burn out, you need to ask yourself, if you lost that round, like, did I lose that round because I burnt out? And most times the answer is yes.
Okay. So, question.
Yes.
Because
Questions are good.
I want to make sure
Yeah.
that I'm not seen as being challenging, but that does contradict some advice that you gave me like 2 streams ago, which is when you get a knockdown, drive rush, get in as quickly as you can.
Yeah.
And you said do that every time. Was that just
that is
something
just
to
to
train
learn
me to do it?
It's to learn. Like
Okay.
that is a good way of like you can. I guess like a lot of this stuff is like you can do like stuff that's not exactly the most responsible thing. The tough thing about fighting games is that there are situations where you are going to be minus or like a thing that is not exactly good for you, but it depends on the person you're like. It all changes. More often than not, you're playing the person, not the matchup, or you're just playing how they play, or you know that they're gonna react to. But it's like I think that like just to get like you would learn like I think like drive rushing here and learning like, oh, that's not real. You can do it in training mode too, right? Like you can set this stuff up to learn. Like I could do this sequence in training mode and set Cammy to like a wake up jab, and then I could learn, oh, can I actually do anything off of this? You know, but it's like, yeah, I guess that's my suggestion of like, yeah, you probably want to just drive rush here and just see if you can hit a button. But I mean, like, I guarantee you Zangief can do like, you'd probably get like drive rush, crouch, medium punch here. And even then it might trade with something, but it's like, you can't do drive rush headbutt because that, I guarantee you that gets stuffed by pretty much anything she does on wake up.
Okay.
But it's a matter of like knowing what your options are and where they stem from, and knowing how to continue. Again, with Geef, like this is going to be a lot of what your games look like, where you'll get a knockdown like that, and then you just gain a little bit of space, and you need to realize both A, that that's a victory, and B, that you have a lot more work to do, and that's okay.
Okay. All right, cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm going to get my notebook.
Okay. I'll pause it for a second.
I can talk about something.
Yeah.
So last week, at the end of the stream, you were apologizing to me because you thought I had a tough time with it, or didn't get enough attention or something like that. And I wanted to say, like, I did have like a pretty rough week last week, mostly just because we figured out like my controller has been holding me back and I couldn't immediately do anything about it.
Yeah.
And so I'm in the position of trying to make sure that like I'm still adding to like the entertainment value of the stream or whatever.
Yeah.
But I personally am not enjoying it all much. But I want to make sure that like you know, we can maybe talk about that and what this is all like, but I didn't want you to have to like take ownership of that. But I was kind of like put on the spot all of a sudden, didn't know that I was going to have to figure that out. So I was just like, no, I'm having a great time.
That was
Not
unfair of me
being able
to do it
to
to
the
you.
thing that you've been trying to tell me to do.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I'm trying to stress that I don't expect you to do all this stuff.
Yeah.
Even like a month from now. But it's like, I want you thinking about it. And the beauty of fighting games is like, there's all these situations that have all these different answers, but you can really simplify it into like, this is my offense. This is what I'm going to try to do. And it might not work all the time. And it's not going to work against players better than me, right? Because they're going to be able to sniff out like
More
what
experienced.
More experienced. Yes. Players more experienced than I am, but it's a good basis. And it really lets you like finding your like basic offensive flowchart is the biggest dopamine hit that you can get this early on, right? I'm trying to like find things that are like, oh, I get it, or like, hey, I get to drive rush, crouch, medium punch into like jab, like flash knuckle as Luke, and I'm like, sick, dude. Like I just like, you know what I mean? Like I did a thing, and I did a small offensive string that led to a knockdown. I'm like, oh, I'm winning, right? And I understand why I'm winning. I know what I did, and I know why I'm doing it. That's with fighting games. It's like you want to know. I always want to know why you're doing something, and that's why I wanted to watch your replays with you today. Did you play any games this week at all? No? Okay. That's fair. Yeah. But like a lot of things that a lot of people don't have, and I luckily had this. I had friends that would teach me and like watch replays with me and ask me why I did a thing. And a lot of the times I wouldn't be able to give them a good answer, right? And that's okay, but it's like you need to have someone to sit there and say, well, why did you do this here? Like, what were you looking for? And it's like, well, I'm worried about a throw loop. It's like, well, they haven't shown you a throw loop this whole time. You know what I mean? I'm watching these replays and they haven't done that. So you don't need to play around that, right? You need to think about these things. You need to really watch what your opponent's doing and be very hyper aware of what they are both doing on offense, but also on defense is important. Do they parry a lot? Do they just backdash? Do they, you know, are they scared of command grabs? Do they not want to block ever, right? Like a lot of players that play this game, especially in ranked, you're going to run into like people that just do not want to block. Like, are they DPing every wake up? They're parrying every wake up. Right. They're doing something. They're very active. And again, this game, Street Fighter 6, lends you to having a very active defense, right? Because of the systems that are in place, right? Drive impact, perfect parry, invincible reversals, right? Backdashes. Right. You know, you are like incentivized to do something on your wake up almost always, right? Blocking is like almost the last resort and kind of bad. I know I just say like, hey, just block sometimes. Yeah. And that I could say essentially if I was talking to a very experienced player, that would be very bad advice. Like just block it, because blocking deletes your drive gauge, especially if you're playing like a character like against like Honda.
Good Lord.
Honda, Marisa, right? I'm trying to think who else deletes drive gauge. A lot of people do, but any character, most characters will delete your drive gauge, and blocking is almost always worse than taking the hit. You know, and then a reason why this game is so sick is because there are situations where it's correct to take the hit and not lose your drive gauge. So you can react to something, or you can do something, you know? It's like knowing like, oh, if I get hit here, I don't die. And if I block here, I go into burnout, and you might as well kill me, right? Because again, getting put into burnout is the worst situation to be in this game. You lose everything. You lose drive rush, you lose parry, yeah, you lose invincible reversals, right? The only thing that you have when you're in burnout is your super meter. That's where a super meter becomes very important, because like you could have your level 3, which is invincible. Some characters level 2s or level 1s. Almost people's level 3s are invincible, but everybody, it interchanges if they have a level 1 or a level 2 invincible. Okay. Some characters don't have anything at level 1 or level 2. I think it's DJ. Maybe DJ's level 2 is invincible. DJ's level 1 isn't invincible. That's why like having a level 1 super art that's invincible on wake up is very good, because it's only 1 bar. It's pretty easy to build back, right?
Eve doesn't have that.
Eve doesn't have that.
No.
Marisa doesn't have it. Luke has it. Luke's level 1. Level 1. Yeah.
Okay.
I think Luke's level 1 is strike. I think Luke's level 1 is strike invincible. I might be wrong, but
no, that might be right. I throw the level 1 pretty rarely.
Yeah,
but I throw the level 2
it is very good.
I think I've gotten hit with it.
Yeah. So these are the things that we want to be thinking about, right? Even here, like, so we'll go through this again. Light kick, whiff punish, gets knocked down, just chills afterwards. This is okay. Just took a little bit of space, right?
Yep.
I mean, this is a big win for Geef, right? He gets a life lead, which again, life lead is Geef, very good, because it means you have to commit less, right? If you have the life lead, you have to do less. You don't have to push, you don't have to do risky things to get in as Geef, especially.
You can wait on the timer.
You could just sit there for 99 seconds if you want, right? You won't be able to, because drive gauge and everything else exists, right? Because you can't just sit there and block, right? But when you have a life lead as Geef, you have to do less. I'm not saying don't do anything. I'm just saying you don't have to commit as much. Takes the dash forward and then nothing. Plays around a little bit, whiffs a button. That's okay. Gets an air to air, and the Geef is plus 55 here. So that means that he probably has enough time to walk up, make a sandwich, right? Like he has, after this knockdown, like he is in control. So headbutt, which hits. Cammy tried to jab there, so I mean, obviously when you're playing, you can't tell what they tried to do.
Yeah.
When you headbutt, like if you hit this, right? I am almost always going to, I mean, it doesn't matter if they pressed a button or tried. I guess you can't tell if they pressed a button or jumped. Well, you can, because if it's a counter hit, I'm pretty sure. You get counter hit on jump, man, I might be looping. Again, after that, you don't get any, it looks like you don't get anything real after that combo specifically, but he does get a dash forward, and look at the screen space. Look at the life totals. Drive gauge, even. Your Geef's a little bit down on super art, but drive gauge even, and also just mad chilling on life. See how he didn't like, these are the things that I want you doing. Like you get like this Geef doesn't do anything. It just kind of, well, okay, well, I'm okay, I'm good. Like, you don't have to like put them into the corner, because it's like, I think at that range, like specifically, like Geef isn't gonna, would have to take a risk here to continue his offense, right? And he decides, no, I'm good. I'm just chilling. That was a nice crouching light.
That's the round, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, brother. This is the power of modern Geef. You can react to situations like this, and learning to react to people drive rush canceling is like, you can just be looking for it, right? Like, you can look for like, okay, so how do I lose? Like, how am I losing this round? And it's like, well, if she gets a drive rush, and then if she gets a drive rush that catches me off guard, or I try to check it, which is checking means like, usually they would say it with dashes, where like I check the dash. People would try to dash in to get close. Like when I played Street Fighter 5, I played Mika. And one of the things that Mika would do sometimes is like just dash in, command grab. And then Mika had a way of looping command grabs. Her offense all like chained, basically, the way that Marisa kind of chains, where it's like she gets knocked down. You're put back in the same position where you have to guess between strike, throw, command grab.
Okay.
And then you just kind of like loop
When you
it.
say Mika, you mean like our Mika from
Mika.
Alpha?
Yeah. She was
Oh,
in
so
5.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
She was in 5, and that's who I played. But she had the same kind of thing. But when you're checking, when they say like, oh, just check the drive rush or check the dash, right? Checking it means like you're throwing out a button to stop them, basically.
Okay.
Like you're jabbing it, or like even better, like if you can hit like a medium or a heavy. God forbid. I mean, most drive rushes can't be checked with a heavy, but like with Marisa, some of them I can check with like standing medium punch. And if I check something with standing medium punch and it hits, like it's party time, right? So there are buttons that you get to do. So yeah, just caught that. So what have we learned? Standing light kick, good for controlling space, right? It leads to some offensive situations, even on block, where it's like you get a block string into either a guess, or you can just do like lots of stuff like button, drive rush, and then like throw is a mix up. Like it's not a lot, but it's still a mix up, and you're still making your opponent guess. That was only one game.
Yeah.
That's a
But
lot.
yeah, quick schedule check. It's 11. I don't know what you have planned. If it's just this, that's totally fine.
This is fine
Schedule
also.
check.
I want you playing some games, but we have to watch some Luke stuff too. So this was the plan always from today.
Awesome.
Again, see,
Yep.
just checking space, right? Like, again, you can fall into a situation where you are hitting button when people are more experienced than you and they see you whiffing buttons like this, they will punish you for it. So you need to decide what kind of risk you're taking and at what stages. But these are good buttons just to when you're both at neutral, right? When you're both at neutral, no one's at an advantage. These are good buttons to press that just kind of like either check your opponent or control space. Try to hit a button there. So you definitely can't at this, like you kind of just have to let the Cammy do their thing here, right? Like this could, I don't think she gets a throw off this situation, but +1 means that she does not get a throw. So it's like knowing the frame data is a step that none of us are close to, like neither of you, or I don't think. Like I'm not gonna expect you to know all the frame data.
You know, some of the, like, theory.
Or like, because there's 16 characters, you have an idea of how it works, but knowing all the characters' frame data and like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, you will know that Cammy's crouching heavy punch leaves her +1 and in your face, but what's the magic number?
4.
+2.
2.
+2 is the magic number for throws. Yeah.
+2.
+2. That's okay. So like the reason +2 is because if they're only +1 and they go for a throw, your 4 frame will beat their throw. Because the throw has a 5-frame startup. Yeah. 5-frame startup.
5-frame startup.
So your 4-frame is going to beat their, even when they're +1, 4-frame is going to beat the throw. Throw needs to be faster, right? Because if they're even, they're going to hit at the same time.
Right.
It's going to have the strike beats the throw. All right.
You know what I learned this week? I've been thinking that loose standing light was a 4. It's not.
No.
It's like 5 or 6.
Yeah,
It needs
yeah.
to crouch.
Yes.
It's
That's
crouching
what-
light.
It's crouching light is his
That's it.
4.
Or his, it's for modern. It's assist light, which is like the low light kick.
Kick.
That's
Yeah.
also a 4.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
little kick.
Yeah. The little kick. Yeah. Jab and kick. Knowing your 4-frame and like what stages and what spots it's good will save you a lot, right? That is your most powerful tool. It's everybody's most powerful tool.
Crouchy chop.
Yours is crouching light kick.
Yeah.
Crouching chop is like 6 frames or 5 frames. It's real dangerous to throw up close.
Okay.
You want to be doing stuff like, I don't know what that Geef tried to do. That Geef tried to SPD. You're all psychopaths. That's wild. They did something. What did they do? They did special, neutral special. What is
think
that?
it's
Is that
standing-
that's Lariat, isn't it?
Oh no, it's the SPD.
Neutral special is
Neutral
SPD?
SPD. Yeah, neutral
They
special
tried
is
SPD. That's wild. Yeah, they tried to EX SPD and ate shit for it. Again, this is also scary, right? Look at the drive gauge. Watch the drive gauge on Geef's side. Got whiff punished, lost a bar, right? Whiff punishing is also good for this because it eats drive gauge, right? Tried to SPD, lost 2 more bars. Cammy spent 3, so really the exchange isn't that bad. It's even, essentially. But look where Geef is. Yeah, he breaks the throw. That's good. Chilling. There's your 4-frame, that light kick. Yeah. I like this too. Like you can do stuff like this, right? Like this is way less committal, right? You can do stuff like bang, 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 and then he just hits standing heavy afterwards, right? It doesn't.
Yeah.
That was good. I like that offense. Like again, this Cammy isn't jumping and like doesn't seem to be scared of SPD at any point.
Yeah.
Look, it's just all standing light kicks and standing medium punches, and then these jumps, right? This seems to be that's the pillar of their offense, right? You can look at this and be like, okay, I think I can do that, right? Like, you're not going to be able to like standing light kick drive rush like all the time because I think that skill is hard to learn. But they're finally, it's like now it's time, right? They've spent, a few rounds, like like how many SPDs have we seen?
Not many.
A couple?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and a build one.
Look
Sorry?
at that
Oh, yeah.
face.
Yeah.
Look
This
at
is
that
like the
beautiful
fourth.
face.
So yeah, we don't see a lot of SPDs, right? Like you need to remember that the threat of the and if they're not afraid of the SPD, then you start SPDing them.
Yeah.
But like you need to do recon on your first few rounds. Like what are their habits? What are they doing? How are they reacting? Like it's hard and it's easy for me to say like, oh yeah, just pay attention to what they're doing and react to it. Like it's not hard, right? But it is hard. And it's like it's a skill that's going to take a lot of time to develop. And a lot of us, myself included, are all very like not great at it, but that just takes time and it's experience.
So you probably want to like throw the SPD out in the first round if you can. No?
Maybe.
Just
It
they
depends
know-
how you wanna
so
play.
They know that you have it.
Well, yeah, I mean, but most people that are playing Zangief are going to be aware that the SPD exists.
Sure.
So you don't really need, essentially, you don't need to even take that risk, right?
Sure, bronze level
Theory-wise,
thing.
yeah, it's like you don't need to show the SPD right away because most people know the SPD exists and they know the threat of it. It's broken.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
SPD is broken. That's true.
Yeah. So
Same with Lariat.
that is, again, stating that the threat of the SPD is more powerful than the SPD itself because most people are going to be like, well, the Geef's probably going to, they haven't SPD'd yet, so are they going to SPD now? So I'm holding north, which means I'm holding up and I'm out of here, dude. And if they do that and you're just striking over and over again on offense, like you're just going to kill them. That's the power of a grappler. It's like, that's how they make you feel. It's like they are scared of the command grab because it represents both a lot of damage and a lot of mental damage. Getting command grab sucks. Yeah,
Yes.
it sucks. It's not fun. Nobody likes it. Most people, if you don't play a grappler, you hate grapplers. So it's like people fucking hate grapplers.
Yeah.
You need to use this to your advantage.
Something that Ryan and Akash say all the time is that it's the worst feeling in the world because you have 18 minutes to contemplate your failure. Yeah.
You're like, wow, you SPD'd there.
Dude, yeah.
The worst is when you are doing a block string and they SPD you out of it, and you're like, yeah, you can feel it. You can feel the blood boil, right?
Yeah. Oh, empty jumps. Oh, I hate it.
That's why anti-airing is powerful.
Yeah. Yep.
Anti-airs beat empty jumps. If
Yeah.
they're gonna empty jump you, I mean, you should be anti-airing everything, but I'm not gonna say like you should. I shouldn't say you should be, but you want to anti-air everything.
Yeah.
Again, there's a lot to think about. The mental stack in this game, very high.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's not take away from the mental stack in Street Fighter 6.
Oh, I'm getting frustrated just watching this game. There you go.
I like that. He was looking for a DP or something, right? Sometimes it's okay to do stuff like this just to see, right?
Was that parry there just before this drive rush? Is that like, was that killing frames? Is that just
Let me see.
I'm parrying to like.
Oh no, that was definitely a messed up drive rush.
Oh, they just spent as much time doing drive rush as I did. Okay, cool.
Well, they were doing that parry was just to set up for the drive. They were doing drive rush, but they held it. They just didn't do it. Like there's two ways of doing the drive rush, which is like you can tap forward and then forward in the medium buttons, like forward and parry to get it. It happens a little bit faster, and you do spend a little bit less drive gauge because you're not holding the parry button for that second.
I do not think we have that option in modern.
You should.
No, we
You
do.
have a-
It's
you
just
do.
hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
You should be able to tap forward, parry forward.
Yeah.
Right?
Forward, parry, forward. Okay.
and then
Think
parry
so.
and forward at the
Think
same
so,
time.
yeah.
I
haven't
still
been
do it the
doing
way this Geef does it,
I
which
haven't
is
been doing it.
also okay, right? Like, look at you can see the difference. Like, there is a small difference in the drive gauge spent. Does it really matter? Not. It's never. There are times where it probably costs you a match, but it's very slim, right? It's still okay to do it this way. You just spend a little bit more drive gauge than you would if you did it the instant way. That sucks. Yeah, you have to be willing to play like this, right? This situation sucks for Geef. But on the bright side, winning in drive gauge, even on super art meter, a little bit behind on health, right?
And you're still one SPD away from being dead.
Yes. Oh. Sucks.
That
This
last
seems
hit
to-
was greedy, right?
This
after,
was-
after the two blocks and then
Yeah,
go for
this
the
was-
standing light punch.
This was a little. I think like I mean,
This
if
is
I was
good,
gonna give this Geef
right?
advice, I'd be like, you got to throw regular throw more. Regular throw is like, if they think that you're gonna go for a command grab and they try to jump and you regular throw, you can usually just lariat when they're jumping. Like, you know what I mean? Like there are options that get you.
Like if you whiff the throw, they'll still be in the air
can
for you
just
to lariat.
smash lariat. Yeah. That's why regular throw. That's why that was my next step. Was regular throw as grapplers is incredibly fucking powerful. Regular throw is like, you always seem to think, like I had it in my mind where it's like, this took me a long time to learn, which was when I was learning to play Mika in 5, I would never regular throw. And then a friend who taught me a lot of what I know about fighting games to this day was like, you need to regular throw more. And it's like, here's why. And it's like, it's less committal. It's still damage. You don't get as much. I mean, Street Fighter 6, it's like regular throws are much better because you can get Oki off regular throws. Some characters get it for free. Other characters have to spend gauge on it, right? Marisa has to spend drive gauge. If she throws, she has to, and they're in the corner to get Oki off of it.
Oh god, that fucking.
But regular throw, incredibly powerful, and this Geef hasn't regular thrown once. They never SPD, which is good. They rarely do it, but you do need to regular throw. You have to. Like this was, that was a little, I wouldn't say greedy. They just misspaced it. I think it was fine if it hits, but it didn't. So, I mean, you can't, I think the decision is okay. I don't think that's a bad decision, but it's like, yeah, that sucks. He misspaced it.
It just when I'm playing, it looks like a hit where I was like, no, I wasn't supposed to go for that.
No, I think that's fine to go for that, but you just, I don't know the ranges, right? Like on Geef, and I'm like, I think that looks fine to me, but you just, they walked backwards. I think the Cammy took a step backwards.
Yeah.
Let's find out. We can look. Yeah, she took like a little, just a little tiny micro step backwards, and it whiffed, right? And that's also the scary. That button is very good in neutral, but it's committal, and that standing light kick is not. But standing light kick is harder to get stuff off of. Like it's harder to create offense off the standing light kick, or it's like it's not resource efficient. Whereas with this, it's very non-committal. If they block it once, you don't hit the follow-up. But if you get a counter hit, right? If you get a counter hit standing medium punch, which eventually you will see. I know it doesn't feel like you'll ever notice, but you will notice when when like the little banner comes up, says counter hit or punish counter.
Yeah. You
You will be able to tell. I promise you. Because I thought that I wouldn't be able to. And now when I'm playing Marisa, I can see or hear. I hear the punish counter noise whenever I hit a button. And if I hear that, I automatically just go to like whatever button. Because different buttons, you get different frame data off punish counters and counter hits than you do off a normal hit, right?
Okay.
You get +2 to the frames data off a counter hit. I think it's +4 off a punish counter. So it's like punish counters are meant to be there. Not only do they get extra frame data, but on punish counters, they take 20% more damage.
The extra damage I remembered.
Yes.
The frames are different as well.
So there are different combos that will happen on punish counter or counter hit. But For Geef, the big thing that I know of is standing medium punch only combos off a counter hit. So that is something that you will, if you want to play the character, use your peripherals. You gotta kind of see the yellow pop up when you hit standing medium punch. You're like, oh, I can hit it again.
It'll also combo off of dash, the drive rush.
Because do you know why it combos like that?
Nope.
You get plus 40 your frame data off a drive rush.
Oh, cool. Okay.
That's why drive rush is powerful.
Okay.
So anything on hit or block,
yeah,
any attack you do out of drive rush has an extra plus 4 frames of
that much I know because the demon when I'm getting up will get this close to me and then dash and throw.
Okay.
Like, and if I don't hold north, I'm messed up. But if he does that drive rush and I hold north, he can usually get an anti-air before I hit the ground. And then I'm on the ground again, and then I'm playing the game again. Like, it sucks so hard,
baby. Yeah.
Yeah, like I
wish
said,
I could see some of the replays. That
me
that
too.
Lost them.
Because sometimes he'll back up and hooligan and do the hooligan throw on wake up.
Yeah, big things I can see here are just like standing light kick and standing medium punch and blocking a lot. Okay, that's where it's scary, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then in the corner and, welcome to hell.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's just the mix. You got to block it. Lariat there? No, Lariat would have got whiffed because she crossed out. Yeah. Standing light kick. Just peppering, right? Yeah. Oh, that whiff. Yeah. Your drive gauge is looking pretty sick there, big guy. Oh, yes. Okay, so this is a thing where you can take, I figured this was coming. So, thing to pay attention to is most players, when they see this situation, if you're the Cammy and you glance up, you got to get used to doing it. I do it all the time. When I get a hit too, like I'll glance up and look at my drive meter. It's like, what can I get away with here? Like, do I have to extend? How do I extend this, et cetera, et cetera. But this Cammy sees this Geef just like blocks again. They're like, hell yeah, burnout, brother, it's coming.
I'm doing
so the
it.
Cammy commits to it, right? I think I want to say, yeah, we can move. I can switch the mic, but we got to switch to the boom mic.
BWK, when you missed what I was saying earlier, I was just repeating what Adam said.
Yeah.
So you didn't really miss anything.
So Cammy's going for the drive gauge, and this is where spacing is important. Geef takes a block, and then Cammy's like, well, I can burn them out with one more hit, right? And Geef's like, well, they can burn me out with one more hit. Burns out for it, though, anyway. But I think they probably could have done, like, level 2. They could have killed. I would assume they could have maybe came close to killing, but I don't actually know. I don't know. But I highly doubt it. So really, the situation is just as bad as it was before. I think Cammy could just do level 3 there and chip them out. I'm pretty sure. That is something to be aware of too. That's also another thing about drive. When you're burnt out, you take chip damage from specials and super arts, and you will be shocked at how much level 3 will do in chip damage. I think it would kill the Geef if you just did it raw and the Geef blocked it. I think Geef dies here. Jump.
Yes. Yes.
What's happening? Are we taking chip damage while we're in our... Oh, no, we're not taking any damage.
No.
So satisfying.
That's incredible.
Bro. That's a good modern...
Oh, just baited them right in,
that's
too.
a brilliant modern reaction. That you got modern there. That's modern, baby. What's Geef doing? Are they mashing it?
Why is this a modern thing?
Because they don't have to do any inputs, really.
Oh, yeah.
What's
it's
it like
easier.
for Classic?
You have to do, like, fireballs or whatever. Like, you have to do the whole motion.
Even
it's
if you're
not
real fast, it's longer.
Yeah. Oh no, it's not longer. It's just harder. Like you're going from hitting back and special and heavy, and asking that's like just as hard as doing like double fireball punch or whatever, kick or back. Like it's just more. You're asking your brain to do more and your body to do more. It's just you got moderned. Yeah. This is why modern is powerful. Modern is powerful because you have access to instant level 3s, instant level 2s, instant level 1s. Like you can just react to things that a stick player or a classic player cannot react to. And that is something, Nelson, you're getting better at it. You definitely do level 3s for no reason a lot of the time still, but that's okay. That's not like again, not a criticism, but it's just like you're just trying it, right? You're just like doing things and you're like, I think I saw movement, right? You think you're just not seeing it the way you think you're seeing it yet. You know what I mean? But the power of modern, the strength of modern, or one of the strengths of modern is instant super arts. Instant walk up level 3 from Geef. That's terrifying. Right? You know what I mean? Like that is something that needs to be in your quiver to pull out when you need it. And it's something that your opponents should be respecting. The power of modern Luke, instant DPs, right? The power of a Shoto is instant DPs, so your anti-airs are really easy to do, right? The power of modern Geef is instant SPDs.
Yeah.
And instant level 3s. That's like your biggest threat.
Sorry, you asked what DP means earlier. It's Dragon Punch there. There's Dragon Punches and Drive Parries, but we usually just say parry.
Yeah.
But we were talking about parries a lot, and then you snuck in.
Yeah, my bad.
No, it's
earlier,
alright.
It was like you had asked, but we had just been talking about parries, so yeah.
Yeah.
DP usually is Dragon Punch.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Classical player could buffer the input during the super freeze. Yes, they could. But again, in the heat of the moment, sometimes you don't start doing it automatically. Like a lot of like, I'm just saying it's harder to do it on classic. I don't think it's like that much harder, but it is harder. And a lot of time you're going to get the modern reaction 100% of the times, and you're not going to get the classic reaction 100% of the time. That's what I'm trying to argue. It's like, that is the power of modern, right? There's no room yet. No. Level 3.
No.
Still playing.
Oh, because they don't have drive gauge
they can
to
reach
do it. Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh, we're not burnt out anymore.
Nice check. That's a good check.
That burnout ended right on time.
Yeah.
So the thing with the level 2, because I actually went in to practice a combo. The level 2 for Geef, for modern Geef, it does more damage if you just let it run into the jackhammer.
Yes.
Than actually jumping and hitting the. It looks cooler, but you do more damage if you just let it run into the jackhammer.
I think you get. There are ways to get more damage than just like you can do more damage than the jackhammer if you're doing a combo, but the jackhammer gives you side switch and guaranteed damage with no execution barrier. There's different things you can do out of the whirlwind that's not just jump SPD. Like you can do like drive rush stuff and stuff like that. There's all kinds of things you can juggle them.
Okay.
There are more things you can do that get you more damage, but it's more resource intensive.
Okay.
And there are situations where you want to do the jackhammer if you were in the corner, like you want to side switch, right?
Yep. But if you side switch or move Geef during the jackhammer, it does slightly less damage.
Yeah. And I don't know if air SPD, how the Oki is on air SPD, but it might be better than just jackhammer.
I will have to pay attention to that.
Yeah, that is also a thing to think about. It's like a lot of the characters in this game, some don't. A lot of the top tier characters or the better characters in the game don't have to make the decision between Oki and damage.
Okay.
Right? So it's like, do I take more damage and get less Oki? Or do I do this combo that's a little bit shorter but ends in a way that I'm more advantageous so I can loop my offense back? And that is the decision that you make. You will have to make that decision on Luke every now and again, where it's like when you start doing the flash knuckle stuff in midair, you do wall bounce, and then you do if you get perfect flash knuckle into the air, so you can either do like tackle, which gives you better Oki, you end up +4 in their face, or you can go for damage, right? There's decisions to make for every character, and the better characters have to make less decisions for that. Like Jamie is a perfect example. Like Jamie, a lot of Jamie's combos, he needs to decide whether he's ending in a drink or if he's going for Oki, right? Because Jamie grows in power as he gets more drinks in the round. Yeah, the standing light kick seems to be a very good kind of catch-all button. This is a little scary. Like this, I feel like you want to learn not to commit to that too much, but like this is a commitment, and I don't know if I necessarily agree with just ripping it. Like, but again, hit confirming it, which is like throwing out the kick, and if it hits, then you can drive rush. That's a lot harder, and that's a much bigger ask. And you still do get something off this. Again, I would love to see more regular throws out of the Geef after this, right? Just to mix things up. But they do that same thing every time. They do standing light kick, drive rush. If it's block or hit, they do crouching medium punch, hell stab, and then they hit confirm the hell stab into lariat if they do hit. But that is like, I think that's a good like layer 0 offense. Like that's what you should be kind of looking for to build your offense off of.
Well, I didn't even think to do the assist combo to switch up the
Yeah.
attacks. Like that right there is very powerful.
Yes, having extra buttons is good.
What's Kenny supposed to do when Geef throws that heavy with armor in the corner?
Trip him. Most characters hit low. He doesn't have lower body armor.
Yeah.
He has a armor, one hit of upper armor invincibility, or one hit of armor on the upper part, but sweep speed it. Sweep speed it, low speed it, same as Marisa. I mean, Marisa has to spend bar. If Marisa spends bar on her, you know the EX Scutum where she like puts her arms up?
Yeah, if it's glowing.
If it's glowing, if she spends bar on it, it's full body. But if it's not glowing, then it's only upper body. So like lows are really good. Like Gladius doesn't have lower body armor. So Gladius dies to lows, right? That's why like crouching medium kicks are really good. Like to help combat that, right? So yeah, lows are good against this situation for Geef and
Yeah, that right there. Good. No, I don't know if this is gonna do it.
This works, yeah. But that was
That's some modern stuff.
that's just a fucking good hit confirm. I don't care about modern. I mean, it's harder to do on classic, but that is a militant hit confirm. Holy Jesus Christ! Because if that's blocked, Geef kind of loses this round, right?
Yeah.
See what he does, jackhammer. Yeah,
Yeah.
jackhammer. Guess for game, right? I mean, you're only plus
You wanna
5
see a
here.
normal throw here, right?
I don't think he can do anything because he's only plus 5, so he can't. He's too far away for a normal throw.
Yeah, for throw, okay.
Can't walk forward, so he just hits meaty standing light kick.
Oh, and then SPs.
That little walk forward, dude. Again, remember, what has this Geef been doing? Like the whole game. Never SPDing.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yep.
This Geef was just doing like light kicks into drive rush, into crouching me, and now
There you go.
there you go. That's the power of it. That's kind of the thought process that you need to be going into these games with, whereas like I have been doing, they've conditioned this opponent to never think about SP. They've proven that they haven't been thinking about it. So Geef has just been like doing these block strings over and over again and nickel and diming somebody with like not great Oki over and over again. And then finally when the the game's on the line, right, then they decide to go for it. And that's a risk that they're willing to take because they have a massive life lead, right? Cammy does have level 3, so the Geef does die if he makes a huge mistake, but I think that's a risk worth going for.
All right.
But anyway, I think that's some stuff to think about, you know what I mean? Like standing light
think?
kick, yeah. A little bit. Do we have does anybody know good modern leaks to look up? Because I remember them saying there was one.
Do we want to get the either take a break or do you want to get the microphone?
Oh yeah.
Sold
Oh, look,
me in
it's
G2.
Ryan.
Oh, nice. What up, Ryan Ike?
Fuck that guy.
Right? It's solving. Okay,
He
hold
said,
up.
Yeah.
I want to approve of a
I don't
strategy
think the
where I
microphone's
get
that big a
SBD'd
video
less,
right now. We're just gonna put up with it.
but this is going to make my life way worse.
Congratulations, Ryan. This episode of the stream is dedicated to
Sol-
defeating you.
Yep.
The best compliment.
Is it
a player
Solve NG?
Oh no, my
Like,
my brain is full now. Please let's do Luke stuff.
Sure. Yeah,
Please.
we're going
is it 2 or let's try this.
to. I think there was like an underscore. I added them to my followed list, but we're not logged in as me. It was hard to find. People had like 3 different answers. I think
So it's an L, right?
there was like another word, like it was like real underscore soul or something.
I'm just gonna look up modern
Modern
master
Master
loops.
Loops, yeah, you
Yeah,
can just do it by
that's-
like that.
It's a real shame that the replays get wiped at the end of the month.
I think it was just because
Maintenance.
the maintenance and we did just have a what was it, like a reset not too long ago, but
Okay.
it was a while
Yeah,
ago.
click that link, click mine, there you go.
So modern Luke, let's do master both, and then we'll just see if we can find. There should be a lot of Lukes, like
Yeah, there's plenty.
yeah. I want to see if we can find the one that everyone was talking about, but
They may not have played today.
it might not have played. Well, it's this week, right? But
Oh no, it's literally today.
well, I said
Right,
this
today.
week. My search parameter was this week.
I know,
All
but
this stuff.
maybe there aren't any replays.
Oh yeah, but if the
Oh,
replays
yeah,
got
it's
wiped,
this week,
yeah.
That's a good point. Let's do that. Week starts on Monday. Okay. Oh, we lose the stream? Yeah, we did. That's okay. It'll come back. It'll come back, I think. Oh, sevens. That sucks that we lost that. Just looking for like a high MR Luke that doesn't have. Oh, are we back? Yeah, we're back. Okay. Here we go. These custom room fights are I wish we could see. God, my only knock on this like replay sims is like, why can't I just have just rank matches show up?
Is that not in one of the criteria? No. Okay.
Right.
Oh, here's a modern Luke against Daigo.
Sure.
Yeah, that'll be fun. You can see what they do.
What do you have to do to get the legend?
It's like top 50 or whatever.
Top 50?
Yeah,
Okay.
something like that. Top 500. It might be 500, but it's
Dang.
pretty.
Yeah, but that's like worldwide, right?
Do we have an SF6 club? We do. I don't think there's any room in it currently. Oh, that can scale. I hate his eyebrows.
The eyebrows are a lot.
Okay, this we might be able to glean less from this, and there's gonna be things that I don't expect you to do. But okay, if you don't realize, Daigo Umehara is one of the best fighting game players in the world.
Yeah.
He's playing Ken, and I don't know who the Luke is, but
DDT apparently. It's a move that I don't do very often. The DDT on Luke. Sorry.
oh yeah, it's only if you're gonna kill generally. I think Daigo's gonna smoke this Luke, so maybe it's not. Ooh, good backdash.
Any jump ins?
Not a lot of fireballs.
No sandblasts.
Yeah, not a lot of sandblasts
No
yet.
sandblasts.
Hasn't established much of a sandblast game.
Here, why don't you? This is your character. Why don't you switch with me?
Also, something to note is like I am sure they are very nervous because they are playing Daigo.
I mean,
Could you hand me my coffee?
they're top 500. But yes. Thank you.
All right, that's something. Remember we talked about this. Drive rush, medium punch.
They block.
It's a throw. That's your mix-up, right? You're +5 there, so you can either hit a button or you can go for a throw, right? Oh, man, Daigo's too good.
Wow.
It's Daigo.
Daigo's pretty good.
Looking up a Daigo replay might not give us the best because Daigo might just wash whoever he's playing, right?
Sure.
Like, oh,
Nope.
there's a sandblast.
Oh,
That's unfortunate. Drive
reaction
rush.
fireball.
But, brother, these two are whiffing. Do they do drive rush jab there?
Yeah, standing, I think, right?
I was crouching.
Was it crouching?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was
so crouching
Okay, so I
jab
saw it.
into medium punch, and that traded. That's wild that traded. Did they mistime that? What are they there? Yeah, you're only +2 there. Crouching medium punch is what? Yeah, it trades because it's a 6 frame, right? Crouching medium punch?
Maybe.
Pretty sure crouching medium punch is a 6 frame, so it's going to trade with a jab, which is what Ken did there. Good uppercut. That's a good little pressure string, right?
Yeah, so that was the lower
Was that
kick.
Yeah, it was crouching light, crouching jab. So after the uppercut, you're +31. That is more than enough time to drive rush, right?
Okay.
And then, like an offensive tree can come from this, right? You could do crouching light kick throw. You can do jab jab, right? Like what this Luke did into sandblast, right? There's like you can loop. This is a good like after every anti-air uppercut, you can drive rush into like crouching light kick or crouching medium punch, and then build your offense from there, right?
Right.
Oh, that's Samadhi.
That
I've
flash
seen that
kick?
one. I've seen
that
that
flash
one.
button.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
I've
yeah.
seen you do that one a ton. That must have been just was that an auto button? No, they just did it.
No, they went for it. They did the classic input, right?
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, it was a bit of a hope moment there. What if I caught Daigo with this flash combo? Wouldn't it be funny if?
Wouldn't it be funny? Oh, this is why burnout's bad, by the way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can't parry.
Can't do
Can't.
anything.
And doesn't it take you longer to recover too when you're in burnout? So it's easier to get you in loops.
Blocked attacks give more frame data. So like, if you block like a jab and it's normally like -1, it'll be +3.
So
Like,
that's why Cammy can do those loops
yes.
almost.
Yeah, that's why a lot of characters have like loops they can do when people are burnt out, right? In that they can push you all the way to the corner. Cammy is one of the best ones. Luke has a good one, which is just standing heavy punch into Sandblast.
Okay.
You can almost infinitely loop that. I think you can.
If they're burnt
they can be
out?
jabbed. Yeah, if they're burnt out.
Okay.
Like if you get him in the corner.
Right.
Manon standing medium. I don't know if you've ever seen that one, but it's really funny when Manon does she does standing medium and she slaps you.
No.
And that's literally an infinite. Like it's just like there's ways out of it, but you can either like invincible super art out of it, or you have to like do this weird thing where you like jump and then you jump one of them and she hits you in midair and you flip out of it. And if she hits it again, then she'll whiff. And it's like there's these like weird situations to get out of it, but more often than not, she's just gonna hit you.
Slap
standing.
you until you die.
Yeah.
Yeah. Neat. Okay.
that sucks out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, burnout is a problem.
Do they ever like patch things like in the middle of games? Like if you know there's something that developers didn't intend.
They'll take out like bugs and stuff, but generally like unless the character is like way above what everybody else is, but Capcom generally, especially with this game, they're adhering to a 1 patch a year cycle.
Okay.
So they're letting the game. The thing with fighting games, and this is a very hot topic among people, it's like how often do you patch a fighting game? Because fighting games do take a while to like let everything breathe, and you got to figure out characters, and some characters that were originally considered to be bad end up being pretty good because people spend a ton of time working on them, and they take a lot more time to flesh out, right? But in today's gaming landscape, gamers feel that they don't want to deal with any characters that is deemed as strong just even initially, and they don't really want to spend the time to like learn it, right?
Okay.
And I don't think this game, Street Fighter 6, is incredibly well balanced. You can win with any character, right? And we're not playing at the top 1%. None of us are.
Yeah.
So any character you pick is going to be good. But generally they've stated that they're only going to be patching after the Capcom Cup is over, which is their big like tournament series they have. They have a bunch of qualifiers, and the top like whatever 32 players will show up in Vegas next year, and then they'll play, and then we'll get our patch, and they'll decide what the meta looks like after that.
Okay.
But
so
I mean,
they might change frame data and stuff.
oh yeah, things will
Okay.
change. Like things will some moves will get added or taken away, or
Okay.
yeah.
But
Recovery
they
frames
usually
get
do that, like,
shortened.
once a year, though.
Yeah,
Okay.
they've stated they're probably going to do that once a year. Some people would be more happy with like maybe 2 times a year, like a small patch, like little nudges here and there, nothing too earth-breaking. And then like after the Capcom Cup, they're like, okay, what do we? They look at all these characters and like, okay, what's the problem, or like what's too good? And again, fighting game players are the discourse on it is like, it's everybody who plays like the top characters are generally considered the consensus seems to be like JP, Luke, Ken, and then relatively close are like characters like Blanca, Rashid, Chun-Li, Marisa's up there. But generally the top 3, it seems to be all the discourse I ever see is like Ken players saying that they're not good, and look at the JP players and the Ken players, or the Luke players, and the Luke players are like, well, look at JP, and then JPs will like look at Ken, why is he getting away? And then all of them like point at Blanca, and they're like, but he's got a, you know what I mean? Like it's just like
all it is your group of folks that used to play Street Fighter Alpha in like the basement writ large.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's so cheap. Why are you playing that character? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. So this might not be the best replay to watch, Nelson.
It's okay.
I feel like this Luke is gonna get fucking.
I've only ever barely heard of Daigo, so now I get to watch them. There we go. We did a cross up. That flash knuckle's gonna hit, right?
I want to see what they did there. So
Just jumped and got lucky.
jump. No, they just jumped medium kick. Daigo missed the anti-air, right?
Did they medium kick? Wait, what?
No, they did.
They
They
just
just jumping
jumped?
medium kick.
Oh,
One
okay.
sec. You can see it. Gets thrown. Thinks another throw is going. Daigo tried to shimmy, right?
Right.
So Luke jumps out. a
Oh,
real
yeah, there's
late
medium kick, yeah.
medium kick. Daigo misses the anti-air. Luke gets punish counter jab. And since punish counter jab is +8, you get a standing medium or crouching medium punch into drive rush, into crouching medium punch, into crouching heavy. Perfect knuckle. Bang.
That was a really good string.
Yeah. That's like
That only works in the corner because one of those
Yes.
falls is supposed to be at an angle. Yeah. But that's really good to know, though. And some more Ken stuff happens. Ken does seem like a really good character.
Ken is very good.
It's possible that most of my experience against them is still getting crushed by Heath for like an hour.
The Foozy.
Ooh,
That's
very
what I was
neat.
talking about. This is where Luke needs to decide between Oki and damage.
Right.
But since it was off of, okay, so any combo starting with this, with Luke, the crouching medium kick, 20% less damage.
Okay.
Just off the bat. So it's like, if you connect with that, you need to decide how many resources am I spending, right? They spent like 3 bars basically, which is fine. And then
on
after the
those flash
tackle,
knuckles, right?
+4, right? Like after these perfect knuckles, again, I know we're not at perfect knuckles yet because that's not what I'm looking at. And that's something that we can go in and you can practice that. But what I want is you to think about what buttons they're pressing to get to that point, right? We start there, then we worry about the perfect knuckles. Once we see you like getting, both of you like pressing these buttons and getting into situations where you're like, oh, I'm in, but I don't know what to do now, or I can't do it now. Then you start practicing that thing. Because once you know how to get in, then you can add on the other parts, right?
Oh, they just
That was a
hit a
mistake.
flash knuckle.
Yeah,
there.
that's...
Oh, I love that throw.
Yeah, back heavy's really... Drive rush, back heavy punch is really good, too. I think it's like... Oh, you're only +1 there. Never mind, it's not that good. +1's fine. The throw was wild. They got away with that, but...
Okay. Bit of a read, maybe.
Oh, that sucks. Like, we all know how good crouching medium punch is. Standing heavy, also really good, but very risky, right? They've whiffed it a couple times in these games.
Got the dragon
DPL
punch there.
makeup,
Oh,
yeah.
rushing
Drive
into
rush back
throw.
throw. Waiting. Yeah. And you're dead.
Getting beat. Wow.
I think they're dead no matter what they did there.
I like that they got to react with a DI.
Yeah, didn't I say JP, Luke, and Ken?
Yeah.
Those are like the top 3.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I
But-
ask a DI question?
Drive impact. So that's the.
Oh no, I have a question.
Oh,
about
good,
DI.
good. Sorry.
No, that's all right. So I've gotten in trouble a couple of times where I feel like somebody's coming in and they're like in the main part of their frames, and I hit drive impact. Are you able to cancel out of normals into a counter drive impact?
Yes.
Okay, so
Son of a.
So Jacob
Oh.
Jacob has been getting attacked in the middle of his own drive impact by some normals. Just they can't hear you.
Oh
No.
no, I'm so sorry. Excuse me.
Jacob is asking, he's doing drive impact and they are hitting a normal and then
Totally.
reacting with drive impact.
Yeah.
Drive impact adheres to the same rules as special moves do. Whereas any normal move that is special cancelable can also be canceled in drive impact. That's why some buttons, again, it's a balancing thing. Some buttons that are like long reaching or very powerful or lead to big damage opportunities are not drive impact cancelable, because then you could just throw those buttons out and people would be able to,
Yeah. Okay.
you wouldn't be able to like deal, like they wouldn't have a thing to deal with them. And that's why drive impact is so powerful, because if they keep hitting a button that's not drive impact cancelable, like in neutral, you can just like hit a drive impact, and if they try to go for that button, then
Yeah.
they just eat shit. And
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Thank
all
you.
right, yeah, makes sense.
Yep, it does.
Okay. Let me try to find a different Luke game, maybe a little bit lower, who's not playing Daigo.
So why did you want to play Luke? What was appealing about Luke for you?
The rest of Oki Oki Fight Club told me to play Luke.
I suggested it. You started with Guile.
Yeah, I played Guile,
Guile's
and then
much harder.
well, I played Guile for a few weeks or a month, and as we explored our options with modern Guile, I didn't like necessarily need to play modern, but I having no fighting game experience, playing modern seemed fine.
Love
like
that
seemed
JP's
smart.
name, dude.
Yeah, that's something. So anyway, so I'm playing modern Guile, and then after a few weeks, we figure out like this isn't great. Guile's not
He's hard to play, and he doesn't translate to modern.
Doesn't translate to modern well, exactly. Yeah, it's like the hard to play part about Guile. I was getting into, like, you know, getting my always be charging happening like a little bit, but I just needed access to all the normals, I think, in order to progress as Guile, and so it'd be switching control setups if I wanted to stay on the same character, but that seemed like more of a dramatic change than just switching characters. So we kept one that has still a really good anti-air and a fireball.
Okay, sweet.
That apparently was really popular, and now has boxing shorts and leggings.
This is new.
Yeah, new costume. This is JP's new costume too, right?
Yeah. So, the reason standing heavy punch is so powerful, it's like -2 on block, or it's like, I think it's punishable on block. It's like -8 or something, just on its own. But it's really good for whiff punishing or just catching people. See how they're fishing for it, right? You can see them hitting that button with the purpose of like this.
Right, they got it the second time, yeah.
I like this too. It's like a meaty option. Okay, so the reason this is a bit more advanced. You see how they didn't meaty immediately on their wake up? Can you tell me why?
No, I don't know.
JP has a move called Amnesia.
Okay.
And what he does is, if he spends bar on it, it's basically like it's active for like 22 frames and it's a reversal. And if you hit him during it, you get these 2 bombs placed on you that explode at a delay. And it's basically like a DP, but just more powerful. And you can't throw it. If they OD Amnesia, throw immune, strike immune.
Okay.
And if they do either, you get if they try to throw it and they hit it, they get the bombs put on them, you get a big fat punish for it.
Okay.
So Luke was looking for the OD Amnesia. You see how they like delayed? This is a thing that you need to think about as well. It's okay to like do delayed offense. You don't have to do everything on like a tight timing, right?
Okay.
Fighting games are like superfluous. Like they're very much on the vibe of the game and like what you think your opponent's going to do. And I think like this might be their first game against each other in ranked. So it's like, it's better if you're just playing like ranked games. There's a different mindset that you have to have in ranked and playing in tournament games than you do in a lobby, because you need to either figure out the game or figure out the opponent's tendencies really quickly. But a lot of us aren't good at that. Or you play in a way that's safer, right? More structured, safer offense, which is what happens here, right? You get the knuckle, they're plus 32. You just you see that little like move backwards. He was just looking. You don't have to delay it a lot. You don't want to delay it a ton because you want to keep your pressure up, but you're just looking to see if they do like OD Amnesia or whatever, their reversal. Right.
That time they went for the throw immediately.
Another delayed medium punch. And then like, stuff like this is okay. I don't know how you feel about this when you're doing like when you're playing the game and you get a thing blocked. You're like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm just going to do medium punch. And then if it hits, sweet. But if it doesn't, I don't like, you can't feel like you failed. You know what I mean? Like this is not a failure. And I think that's a big thing to drive home for a lot of players where it's like, if you do something like this, I mean, let's say you missed like you got a hit and you missed it. Also okay. You're not a robot sent from the future specifically to play Street Fighter, right?
Nope.
So they just chill, right? You remember how we talk about controlling the corner, right? Like this is like, sure they get to drive rush for free out, but there's a lot to look for. And also Luke's drive gauge is looking pretty fucking dire. Sure. And that's pretty scary against a character like JP, right? You don't want to burn out against that. You don't want to burn out against anybody as a rule, but this character especially, you don't want to burn out against.
Okay.
I want to show, do you know why they just did this?
No.
Drive rush.
Okay.
So if the JP tries to drive rush, they come down on their head, right? Like they're thinking, like they're just preemptively thinking they're going to drive rush. It's not a reaction. It's just like, I am just going to neutral jump because it's low risk here in this situation. I mean, it's not.
Right.
Because I mean, the JP could theoretically delay drive rush and then hit them out of the air. But I'm just saying, I'm trying to explain what these things that they're doing that's applicable to a lot of characters, and this neutral jump is specifically because I think that they're going to drive rush again.
Okay.
See, they're just chilling. Like they're not really doing much.
Oh,
right?
they're backing up into the opposite
Yeah,
corner. Really.
you're just chilling. Like they're really looking for something to get this started where they can start getting this back. Because if you're not hitting them, you're never gonna your drive gauge refills slower, right? You see the difference in drive gauge regen, right? Like, look how like it's not really going that fast here. See how when they hit, it's when it starts
Yeah,
regenning, right?
it
If you're
starts
just sitting there doing nothing, it doesn't regen.
It stays the same.
Yeah. See here, like see there, it's like you see how there's like when it's a hit, it's a constant grow. This is something you need to think about, and that's why this game promotes like offense so heavily, right? Like it's just like you do want to keep that drive gauge. That management is very powerful and it's very important. Sandblast. There's not much that JP could do in that situation.
There was JP got an anti-air off, but then Luke didn't fall down.
1 sec.
It's like
Was it near the
15
end?
seconds ago. Yeah,
One
yeah.
sec.
It was
Let
like
me-
just before all of the JP robots,
Let me go back.
whatever they're
The
called.
rope of the portals.
The portals.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I do like the idea that they're robots. It's probably
Yeah, right
something
after
there.
this, yeah. Like pretty soon. Here.
Okay. What about it?
Didn't it? Did it not hit? I'm so confused. Didn't he get an anti-air, but then
Yeah.
Luke is just jumping back afterwards?
Yeah, he flips out.
Okay. When I get hit by anti-air, don't I just fall over?
No.
No?
you don't.
Okay, am I
you-
just
you're just
haven't played in a
you're-
week? Okay,
Yeah,
that's
you're
fine.
you're I think you're yeah, it's just, this
Misremembering?
happens to
Okay.
everybody.
Okay, okay, okay.
This is why like a lot of characters and it's not real where they'll try to drive rush after that
Right.
to catch you, like to continue their offense. I do it. I try to get away with it.
Right, okay.
And sometimes you can just hit a 4-frame. If you see a drive rush, you can hit a 4-frame and sometimes catch it. Oh, it's a punish counter anti-air. It's put you on
okay.
your ass. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Anything
so
about punish
that so
counter?
if you anti-air an empty jump, then they just get to get back on their feet.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I'm
Punish
just like
counter means like you've caught a move and it's like
Attacking.
active frames
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, like it's attacking frames.
I'm used to like punish countering someone who's like trying to kick me in the head.
Yes.
Yeah.
Punish counters can happen in midair and you get like a juggle basically. And some characters and reacting to those is a skill, but doesn't come up that often.
Okay.
But you can get different combos off a punish counter anti-air.
Pardon.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, counter hit, you fall to the ground. Yeah, there's different like states. So counter hit, fall to the ground. Punish counter, you get like a juggle, right?
Right.
Luke is just chilling, right?
Yep.
2 bars.
Well, I mean, this
Didn't
Luke
have-
also just like very masterfully weaved around all of those.
Yes.
What are they? Portals.
Yeah.
That's what I
But
say.
again, there's things that we can glean from this, right? Like obviously you're not doing stuff like this yet, but I want you to be doing stuff like this. But to get there, we have to get you doing that,
Yeah.
right? Just this,
Mm-hmm.
right? And even you can see their inputs. Like if we're looking at what they're pressing, right? So they're doing assist plus medium, right? To get the medium punch.
Mm-hmm.
And then assist plus medium again to get the medium punch. Down heavy. Back special.
Yeah.
Or no,
that's
they
just a
did it
regular-
manually. They did it manually. They do it manually. So sometimes
Sure.
you're gonna have to do these moves manually. That's
Right.
what we're gonna have to like flash knuckles. You're gonna have to learn how to do them.
Yeah, I've been
Okay.
some of them. Yeah, like the when we were practicing that 3 jabs into the heavy flash knuckle,
Yeah.
I was just doing it manually. And the if you want the light one, the quicker chat,
Yeah.
you know, the little pop,
Yeah.
you have to put that in manually.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And that one's important.
Yes. All the flash knuckles though. Important.
Yeah, yeah, all 3 flash knuckles
I mean,
are important, but you only
Luke is
get
a
one
great-
for free.
I will
Yeah.
argue that Luke is a great beginner character, but to get like the big damage Luke combos, they are very hard.
It's still hard. Yeah.
It's still hard. It's a
Makes
lot of
sense.
timing.
Every character in
Yeah,
this
stuff like that. Yeah.
there's like
that's
a-
just fighting games.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You can like that's why I want to like get you all on the like. I want you to do just very simple stuff that's like very small damage. I don't want you to like. I'm not expecting you all to do like 60k or 60%, right? Like because Luke and Gaeve can't really do that. He doesn't have that option, right? Like Gaeve can't just like hit somebody with a straight button and do 60%.
No,
Luke
three
can.
340s.
Yeah.
Geef, right? You got to hit him 3 times.
More than that, probably 4 or 5 times, I think. With
Depends on if it's a Punisher.
It
Yeah.
seems like
Yeah.
whenever I'm playing Geef, it's like I have 3 hearts. It's like 3 engagements.
if you get punish counter to SPD, that's the
they're-
big
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it's 2, sure, yeah. If I really mess it up and I get punished counter twice, yeah.
Yeah. You're like Zelda, you're Link with 3 hearts.
Pretty much playing against Geef. I feel like every time that they get to play, like they get the string off and I'm not blocking or whatever, or they land the SPD, either way, it's just a third of my health.
This is bad news bears for this loot. Oh yeah, I would just. Oh. Wow. They didn't burn out. That's wild.
the
Did
Luke
you
is
look
really,
how close they were to burning out?
I was
Dude.
just looking at their character.
Look at their burn. Look at their drive gauge.
Oh my gosh.
Like taking
They took a
there
hit.
They took a hit there is okay. They were jumping, but like they got anti-air. But again, like
But,
that's
like,
okay for you.
they wanted
you
to
don't
take the
want it.
next
You burn
hit.
out here, you lose.
Yeah, they wanted to take one of those hits instead of blocking.
But again, it's like you could just like if you do get burnt out, it is just the round, and you were up. You were up CA, right?
Yep.
You got level 3. JP's got level 1.
You're not like winning as soon as you land a level 3 though. You're like
Pretty
2 levels.
close.
No, your level 3 is only like half or like 60%.
Depends
of
what the
this.
combo is.
Sure.
If
sure.
Luke catches a stray button and gets like let's say Luke does like if Luke hits stand heavy into drive rush cancel into back heavy crouching heavy, like there's worlds where this could be a 2-touch situation.
Okay.
Even at this drive bar.
Sure.
You would burn out and it would
Yeah.
be a guess for game and corner.
Right.
But this is scary for the JP.
Okay.
Again, see how patient they're playing? Like
Yep. Oh.
that sucks. Yeah. Try the fireball. Bad time to fireball. Yeah, and they're almost in burnout after a meaty hit, like you know what I mean? Like they're almost in burnout. Like that's scary for the JP. That's just as much of a losing position as the Luke was in. That was a sick parry. This is like kind of character specific. You have to be pretty good at parrying against JP, but parrying against any character is pretty good. But you know, parries the fireball. So the thing about this, and again, this is more just a character specific matchup, but after perfect parry on the ghosts, you can drive rush and punish, or at least continue your offense.
It wasn't a perfect parry, though,
Yeah.
was it?
No,
But-
I don't think it was a perfect parry.
but
you
maybe
can
he buffered it, or-
you can perfect parry those ghosts and drive rush afterwards and get like things that you can do it to, like it's like you can do it with different things like characters
was a
like Ken.
perfect.
Oh,
Okay.
it was perfect. Okay, you can do that with punish with like Ryu, like point blank fireballs. Ken, same thing, right? Like it's parrying is powerful and it's good to like learn at least initially how to weave it into your game. I don't do it enough. I don't parry like at all because I'm just
You play Marisa.
yeah.
instead
I mean,
of
it
parrying.
should be parrying should be like another because she has bad anti-airs, right?
Right.
So parrying should be more of my go-to than just relying on.
I have a
anti-airs.
question though.
Yep.
So, 67 in chat is saying that it was a perfect parry, but we didn't see the like slowdown animation of a perfect parry.
because it was a fireball.
Oh, you just don't get those, even
Yeah.
though the
You don't
rules
get
of the
those
game
with
are the same. You
fireballs.
still
Yeah,
have a
yeah.
huge
You see
extra
how-
plus 37, right? But it just doesn't slow the game down. Yeah,
You hear
plus
that
16 or
noise,
whatever.
that tonk? It's a different noise
No?
than
Okay.
just parrying.
All right.
And you can see there's a usually you would see like a little burst that indicates the perfect parry, right? But you don't get the slowdown on fireballs
Okay.
or like projectiles.
I have a question.
Yeah.
After you perfect parry a fireball, can you tap the parry button again to do that
No.
drive?
After
Yeah,
you
have to
perfect
manually-
parry a
Okay.
fireball, can you tap the button again to get the
No,
drive?
you have to you have to dash. You
Am I
have
not
to-
projecting enough? Oh, okay.
No, you're good.
It's just the microphones. It's not you, yeah.
I should switch, but I'm just being lazy, if I'm being honest with you. And I want to get YouTube playing some games, so we've already spent like 2 hours watching replays.
What was that? Legit?
Okay, so
I haven't seen that one before. I'm kind of like.
I want to show
Chris
you.
Farley
I'm
with
not
the
worrying about
glasses
the
here.
super, but I'm thinking about how do we get there. So he drive rushes through the fireball, jab, jab, counter hit. This is a hit confirm, and he hits the counter hit jab, so he's +6. Hits crouching medium punch afterwards.
Drive rush again.
Drive rush again.
Crouching medium punch again.
Crouching heavy punch. Perfect knuckle.
Light flash knuckle. Heavy flash knuckle. Super.
Level 3. So this is good, right? Drive like because you're plus. This is a good string to learn, right? Off your drive rush, right? Drive rush jab leaves you +2, so that means jab is like going to beat anything they do. Literally anything.
Sure.
They can't do anything. And you do threaten strike throw, right?
Yeah, you
at
can
+2.
throw at +2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they just hit. So what they're doing is they're just kind of auto, but like they do drive rush, they hit jab, 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 right, and then medium punch, and then but they're not like they're just doing it, and if they block it all, cool. But they get the hit. They have all like not all the time in the world, but they do have time to hit confirm. This is what I'm essentially
Right.
is what's happening, right? Because it's like they have time to go drive rush, jab. They're just doing jab, jab. They delay the jab just a touch too to like.
Okay.
They're trying to let them hang themselves basically.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
you see how
they want to get another punish counter.
Yeah, they want to get this hit through, so it's like jab, small delay. Like we're talking.
Sure.
It's like a couple frames, right? And that's powerful in Street Fighter or fighting games in general.
Yeah, I think I'm not there yet.
You're not there yet,
Yeah.
but
I
you get the
understand.
idea.
Yeah.
But I would like to see you do something like, drive rush, jab, jab,
Yeah.
medium punch,
Sure.
and then you can hit confirm. If you hit it, you can drive rush again, and then
Right.
go medium punch again, crouching heavy, flash knuckle. But if it doesn't hit, then you can just use sandblast.
Right.
Keep it safe. We're going to level 3. Luke kind of has to do this here because drive gauge, right?
He wants that drive gauge back.
When you hit
from
your level 3,
Yeah.
your opponent loses about 2.5, 2 and a bit drive gauge from the super, from the level 3. You gain that much back.
Whoa.
So watch the regen, right? Watch the drive gauges. Now we're even.
Oh, okay.
That's why hitting level 3s is powerful. It's not always about the damage, it's about the... Again, this is the most important resource in this game, right? It's more important than your life. It's more important than... I guess you could argue it's just as important as CA meter, but...
Sure.
This meter right here...
They're related, right?
That one right
Yeah.
here is, yeah. Oh yeah, it's 1.5 for just like a raw level 3 and then 2.5 for a CA, which a CA means your power is in the yellow, right? Changes, the animation changes, you get more damage.
Yeah.
Geef, the properties change on some of them. Geef has more range on his level 3 if he's in CA.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, drive gauge, very important. What does Luke do here? They're plus 18. I don't think they can drive rush. Drive rush plus button isn't real. I think the startup of drive rush is 20 frames, I'm pretty sure. So you need to be like over that number. So it's like, that's how you can kind of figure out, like, do I get anything after this? But he does get walk up. I was going to say crouch medium punch, and he just let it rip, right? Doesn't want to drive good. Like, again, he didn't confirm there. He just got like, this is okay to do stuff like this. Like, because you don't confirm it doesn't make you a failure.
Sure.
It's like, it's okay. It's still, again, you got to look at everything like it's damage.
Well, also, like, is it because of the corner, or is he pushing back? Yeah. He just walked back as soon as he's hitting it, right? Because, like, the space he's at right now, he's just hit a crouching medium, but
Yeah.
he's, like, too far away to get a jab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just lets it rip. He's like,
Sure.
oh, fuck, missed it. That's okay. And then he just kind of like still backs up enough where he can, he's backing up to the space because he doesn't want to get jumped over.
Sure.
Wants to control the space, right? So JP's options here, the things that Luke are you should be kind of looking out, because most people when they're in the corner are going to want to get out of the corner immediately. What's the easiest way to get out of the corner? Jump. So you put yourself at a space where you can control the jumps. Then if the jump angle is taken away, the next best way to get out of the corner is probably drive rushing out at a base layer 0. Sure. Like, this is what the things that you need to look for. Neutral, like back jumps in the corner are also very good, right? Like against some characters depending, but like stuff like that, right?
Neutral jump, yeah.
See how
Saw
there's a drive rush? Yeah. Another one.
Now they're out of the
right?
corner.
They're
Yeah.
just see. Luke should be like. I mean, there's a ton to look for, right? And I don't blame them for not checking this, but
Sure.
it is something to think about. And this every time this JP has been in the corner, these 2 games they've tried to drive rush out. Yeah, you have to do that there. Like standing heavy punch is good, but you have to drive rush
You have to
cancel there, or
out
else
of
you
it.
die.
You're
Yeah,
two behind on frames if you don't cancel out of it.
you're -6, right?
Yeah.
You can see right there. There'll be
So you're using
-6.
the drive rush to like get back into the drive.
Well, you continue your offense and you make a move that's normally on its own unsafe, but you have to spend 3 bar. Like you're spending a real resource on it, but
Yeah.
you are fit. But the reward for hitting that stand heavy is JP probably comes close to dying.
Yeah.
Right. I love that, like how delayed that felt. Right. These are things that we can think about, But again, I just want to see you do stuff like this, right? Drive rush, and then you can do throw. Like that's literally like you're spending a lot of bars. Like you can do That and then like jab jab sandblast or like crouching medium punch, sandblast, crouching medium punch. Nothing.
Yeah, that's my main tree I'm working on right now.
Yeah.
We're drive rushing, we're crouching medium punch,
And then it's
into jab jab
strike
or throw.
Yeah.
Those
Jab
are my-
jab sandblast to make it safe, right?
Yeah, jab jab sandblast or throw.
Yes. Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Can you, if you are in the middle of a drive rush, can you counter a drive impact, or do you have to wait until?
Yes.
If with
you
a
can.
throw.
No, you can drive rush out of a.
The
you
question
can
was,
drive impact. He's
Yeah.
asking, can you drive impact out of a drive rush? Yes.
Okay.
There are a certain
Okay.
amount of frames when the drive rush is starting up where you can't do anything,
Okay.
but it's not that long. It's like
Okay.
22 frames or something like that, 20 frames before
Okay.
you can do anything out of a drive rush.
I was just thinking about like keeping somebody in the corner by like backing out and keeping that jump angle.
Yeah.
If they want to drive rush out of it towards you, can you drive impact them back? How much time
That's
do you
the
have?
scariest. That's the least safe option for you.
Okay.
Drive impact is very good, and I haven't gotten into where it's good and why it's good, and I don't want to get into that yet.
That's okay. Yeah. That's
But there are spots where drive impact is excellent, and you should weave it into your game, but we're not there. I don't think we're there yet.
Okay,
'Cause
cool.
I haven't got you to the point where I haven't got neither of you have gotten to the point where your offense is like structured enough that you can weave that in and it to be an actual impact rather than just doing it randomly and catching people. I mean, that's fine to do that just to catch people off guard, right?
Yeah, that's
like,
fine. I
but
didn't mean to derail.
there
I
are
was just
structured
thinking
ways of
about-
doing it that is, especially in the corner. Like if you looked at a heat map of Street Fighter 6 and where drive impacts happen, there'd be two big red blops in the corner, and that would be it. There'd be some yellow and green in the middle, kind
for
of.
getting the crush.
No, we were just talking about because drive impacting
Just
is so
using it.
good because it again the corner because wall splats,
Right, that's what I mean.
right?
Wall splat.
Yeah, you get a wall splat, you get a lot of stuff, right? So it is there would be a big red blop in the corners.
Hey, if anyone wants to make that heat map, I'd be interested to see
sure
like
somebody
all the
has.
moves. Yeah, the
Yeah.
various different moves and where they go. Yeah.
Again, this is the loop, right? Crouching medium punch,
Yep.
throw. Crouching. Now you're +1 there, so throw isn't real. But if they're scared, you're going to hit a button. This is where it's like it's not real, but it's real, right? Because it's like if you hit crouching medium punch, jab jab there, then they eat shit. Because if they try to throw, right? But they could hit jab there. Well, I mean, they did hit jab there. And also a good rule of thumb, when you have somebody in the corner, this spot right here, right under the timer, stops them from jumping. Drive rush range is like pretty short, so it's like you can react. It is reactable, right? But this is a good rule. A good rule of thumb is like if I have them in the corner and I just want to control the corner, you stand under the timer. Then you just anti-air them from there or whatever, right? See how that Luke is still? Look where Luke is standing this whole time, right? And have we gone over why the corner is powerful with you, Jacob?
Yeah.
No backwards movement, right?
Yeah,
you
no
can't.
backwards
You don't
movement.
control the space. The player does.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And the Oki, there's a lot more options for the
Yes.
Oki.
You get much better offensive options in the corner. Yeah, the risk reward is so bad. Like in that +1 situation, it's real. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, because like with a character like I guess like you could hit a button there because Luke you could do threat assessment, right? And this is something that will come in time. But it's like at that moment, Luke had no critical art. Like he had no level 3. Like you don't probably
Right.
die off of it, but you do get put in a position where you do have to guess again.
Right. Whoa.
Did not know JP could teleport.
Yes. And dead.
Little Dulcim matchup.
Is that game 1?
His hair looks really good.
Yes, it does.
He broke his nose,
watch
which
one
makes
more.
sense. Luke's got a very punchable face.
It's real if your opponent thinks it's real. Yeah. Plus, there's a very famous like I guess professional player who plays Edmund Honda.
Okay.
And his tag is plus is not real.
Ah, I see.
Yeah. That's you can live your life like that.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know. If you don't believe in plus frames, they don't exist.
Awesome. Oh.
Even doing stuff like this, like you don't have to hit confront. Like again, you're not a robot, right? And hitting stuff like this is sure you could have probably you could have like done like jab, drive rush, you know, a bunch of stuff, but the Luke just like Again, didn't want to spend the bar, which is okay, and just did Sandblast. Again, it's still a little bit of damage, right? It's like 8%, something like that.
Sure, it's not.
Again,
tons.
nickel and diming is completely fine. Oh no! Oh, that could have been a lot worse. Nice. Uppercut.
Nice.
Oh, you get a full ass dash after that. huh?
Regular dash into
Yeah,
heavy that
stand
gets
heavy. and then
checked.
half
You
it.
have to drive rush after the
Mediating
heavy.
with stand heavy is pretty fucking risky. 'Cause
Right.
It's like that's very
'Cause
all
if they
or nothing.
block, you've got to
have
drive rush, or
yeah.
you're exploding.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you're -6 in their face and they can hit.
Yeah,
literally-
they're gonna get their string off if they go for it because you're so minus, right? Like I've definitely experienced that firsthand a bunch of times off
Yeah.
of not just stand heavy, but plenty of things. Yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah, that's JP baby. This is actually pretty tame. JP didn't have level 3. They could have level 3 there and almost killed. Yeah, JP's a hell of a character. Everyone complains about Maurice's damage, but it's not too much below fucking everybody else. Or everybody else isn't too far behind. There's some fucking characters. Luke does some goddamn grips of damage. Oh yeah, you're dead.
Yep.
Fuck, you died for that.
Yep, you died.
Off a... What did you die off of? Just a jab,
Just
jab.
2 crouch jabs.
Yeah, jab, jab, drive rush, right? This is like why not spinning that bar in those earlier spots lead to, you know, a spot where you're able to cash out like this, right?
Yeah.
So what is this? So it's looking at jab, jab.
They just walked into two low
Yeah,
jabs.
so then drive rush, jab. And two...
Low flash knuckle. No.
No, it's crouching heavy
Oh,
punch.
that's crouching heavy.
Drive rush again.
Yeah.
Back heavy
Back
punch.
heavy.
Crouch heavy. Perfect knuckle. Beast mode, baby.
Beast mode, baby. Andromeda, we're watching
Just random.
Master
yeah,
Modern Luke.
Yeah,
Master
that's what
Modern
Nelson
Luke.
plays.
Yeah.
Jacob plays Modern Geef and Nelson plays Modern Luke. And this is both their first fighting game, essentially.
I mean, if you don't count the fairy, yeah.
Yeah, I don't count that.
Because
First one that you've played more than once a week
yeah.
in the last 2 decades.
I mean, I took that fairy just a little over 2 decades ago.
But did you take it once a week? Like, did you go on?
I
there
was
like-
actually, so when, actually 20 years ago, I was commuting between Langley to go to school at Kwantlen for trombone
Yeah.
when I first started going to music school, and Victoria, where my girlfriend and mom lived. So I was
But
on that
Jacob,
ferry
you've
a
played
lot.
some other fighting games, but like, have you played them with this level of like dive in?
No,
I
this is
used
my
to-
first
You
fight.
played Soul Calibur like hee hee hoo hoo. You
No,
know?
no, he
I
played
used to-
tournaments,
I
yeah.
used to do
Oh,
tournaments.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I used
Yeah.
to do tournaments, but this is like 15, almost 20 years ago,
Right, that's
like
a long
18
time
years
ago.
ago.
Modern fighting games are way different.
Yeah.
So I have no like very serious fighting game experience at all, but Jacob does have some, but it was a while ago.
Yeah, and I've played Tekken 7 with Ryan. Like Ryan and like fighting games are kind of one of the things that we do together. It's fighting games in D&D.
Yep.
Nice.
Trying to
But
see
this
if we
is the
can
one
learn
that I've
anything
actually
else.
like paid attention to. What are pro gamers doing? And to this level of intensity.
Oh, this Luke's getting mauled.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks for the JP.
Never mind.
Are they dead?
Crossed up.
No. I like that cash out. That's something that I would like to see you do more too, right? You can even just do stuff like this. Like, you don't have to do... Look how much damage they got just off this. It's like just a perfect knuckle into level 1. Like, it's pretty good.
Sure.
Right.
Well, let's go for hitting my first perfect knuckle first.
Yeah. You can do that off normal knuckle too. Like,
Right.
you don't need...
Yeah.
You can do that off fully charged knuckle. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Knowing when to
The perfect is a flex there.
Sure. Knowing when to like go for the supers when it's appropriate is definitely something that's on my radar and I'm working on.
We'll worry about that when we get there.
And I keep hitting a few where I was like, oh, I thought this was one of them, but it's not. Yeah. But I was thinking about it. I didn't. Not all of the like messy supers are
Yeah.
just me being an idiot.
Yes, I
yeah.
know.
Okay.
I never
okay,
assumed,
cool.
yeah.
Some of them are me goofing around.
Yeah, I know.
Some of them are.
The reason I get you to watch these replays, and I hope they're helping, is I want you pressing buttons with a purpose, an idea behind them, and that idea is not always going to work, right? But I want you doing it with, I am really trying intention. Intention in fighting games is incredibly powerful and very important to realizing you're not hitting things for the sake of hitting them. You're doing them with a purpose and a game plan, and there is a reason and a range that like they're good here, and it's specifically why. And it's like you have to know these buttons. Wow.
What's that move?
That's JP's level 2.
Oh, cool.
Basically, he puts like a bunch of like rotating orbs
yeah.
around you, and they go in a set pattern.
Right,
But
okay.
there is a way out of them. If JP just does them in neutral, you can do like parry, and then jump out of one of them. Right? That's what the Luke did. That's just a knowledge check.
Yeah,
basically.
I've never even seen that move. I've played against some JPs, but they
I want you
Didn't
two to
use
play
those
each
super.
other. I'm gonna go use the washroom and get some water. And
great. Which controllers should we grab?
Yeah.
there's a PlayStation controller for Jacob there.
Okay.
Or you could just use 2 Xbox controllers. It might be easier and easier setup if you don't mind using an Xbox controller.
Oh yeah.
Fine with whatever.
Switch out the.
I would just slam
Audio.
I would just slam 2 Xbox controllers and then you're gaming.
Here's one.
I'll be right back.
Thank you.
And then that way you both get mics.
Okay. Mine's already working. I'll go get us a.
Oh, is it already? Oh, it's. Oh.
Yours might be as well. Wait, no,
How
we go to
do?
fighting ground, and then we go to.
Okay.
We just go to versus 1-on-1, right? And now, or do we do team battle? Sorry, this is my first time couch co-oping Street Fighter 2, actually. Every time it's been on the internet, pits you against the CPU or other players. This seems right. Next. Okay, great. Great. That was easy.
Hey, we did it. I don't
Okay.
know why we picked the opposite side of
did
the
it?
screen that we're sitting on.
Let's go
but-
back. Let's fix it.
All right.
Let me come over here. Gaming. Okay, where do you want to play? You got to pick.
Oh, just random.
Okay. I'm player 2. I'd like
Oh
to,
no.
I'd like to play modern
Oh,
controls.
that's so sticky.
Oh wait, I actually want to. Can I change this from here
This
or
isn't
not?
gonna work. This is so sticky.
Oh, okay, okay. I want to go to control settings. Here we go.
Like sticky is in the D-pad isn't
Two.
responsive.
We're working on it.
Thank you.
Um,
Not sure. Yeah, that's better. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. All the buttons are going to be messed. You should just set it to custom 5 instead of changing all those buttons.
me?
That'll be the default. Yeah. If you just set it to it's okay.
Custom
Change
5?
it to- Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. I'll change this back then. This should be here.
It's okay. I can change it back. Normally. Just go to the top.
Okay,
See
okay.
button preset?
Button preset.
Back.
Yeah. Oh, I see. No. Okay, custom 5.
There you go.
No one's played with this? Yeah.
And then that should be good, right? It should
Yeah,
be
this
default.
looks fine. Yeah, drive parry is...
Okay, you moved your...
I want this here. Yeah, I want drive parry on left trigger, right? And then assist on right trigger, impact on left bumper. That's what I'm playing right now. Okay. Oops. Damn it. DI on left bumper. Yes. Okay, now this button goes back. Yes, save these changes. Thanks for your patience. I'm ready. Let's play. Good luck.
Yep. Let's make each other better.
I'll do my best.
Yes, happy. Show me your outside bones.
Oh, my crouch didn't crouch. But that's okay. See if I can crouch now. Yep. Jumping, crouching. Backing. Just backing, not jumping.
Stop.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Oh,
Too far away. Oh.
Nice. Yes, I did try to uppercut that. Is that going to work ever or not? It's fine, right? I was just slow. Oh, armor. That was also attempted uppercut.
Yep. Ooh. Ooh.
Burnout's bad.
It's less bad against people.
Oof. Oh. Damn. Oh, nice. Damn it.
Thank you.
Oh. It's the it's gonna take me a little bit to get used to the controller. Yep.
That was really good. Oh. Oops.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Thank you.
Yes.
That would have worked. That would have worked.
Okay. I was trying to make sure I wait until, because I used to be doing throw too early all the time. On if I'm trying to do a throw and wake up.
It's tough.
Hitting the second one constantly. That's my fault. It's not like the controller or anything. I'm just always staying on assist combo. Nice.
It's a little meter inefficient. That's the only my knock against it. But
No. It's not what I want to do too, though.
Ah.
Oops. Ooh. Good DI. Good DI. I don't know either. I don't think so. Maybe you could look at the. Maybe I did. Maybe I just hit a button, but told myself that I didn't.
Yeah, that's.
Sometimes your like hand touches a button, even though your brain doesn't touch a button. Yeah. That's fair.
Ah.
Oh yeah, right. See, I'm like, I'm on the other end of the spectrum where like the fear of the SPD is not good for me because I just forget that the SPD even exists.
Oof. Thank you. Oof. Mm. Ooh.
I need to drive rush into that off that.
We can't drive rush off that. Because the special can't be drive rush cancel.
Okay. Right. That's another problem with hitting that second move.
Ah.
Because I can't drive rush
Very
cancel it.
purposeful with your
Yeah.
button presses,
Which
right?
button?
I'm trying to look at you just to be very deliberate. Deliberate.
Deliberate.
Not just like you know what I mean. I'm hearing you both, and I can hear you matching. So it's like you're definitely hitting the buttons too many times. You want to be very deliberate.
Ah.
That was actually sick.
That was good. Ooh.
I feel like I got away with something there.
I didn't quite see it.
Oh. Oh, right. My bar's on the left. Sweet.
Okay, that's okay. I would have done something different, but yeah. Right.
Okay.
You could have just like walked up and done like a combo or something.
Okay.
I guess you didn't have any meter.
I don't have any meter. Yeah, I was burnt out.
You're a different player since last time we talked. Since last time we fought.
The trick was not playing all week.
Sometimes a break is good, right? Don't underestimate like taking a week off or whatever, a couple days off.
Ooh.
Ooh, Lariat's too good. Lariat's broken. Oh.
Ooh.
Almost didn't punish that at all.
Oh.
What the hell was that? We both hit the hell out of each other? What if I just walked up and threw him?
Oh, yeah, that doesn't.
Sometimes walk up throw is goated.
Oh, what? But I was just trying to do.
It's too early. Can't do it any time during that section. That's it.
Let me say what I was trying to do. Maybe I pushed the wrong input. I wanted to do OD Sandblast.
Yeah, that'll.
It just gets sucked up.
The level
Knowledge
2
check.
will go through.
Knowledge check. Seriously though. Oh,
Yeah,
armor.
level 2 is something you just block it, right? It's over and then-
Okie dokie.
Oh no. No.
Oh, good job, good job, good
Thank
job.
you.
You have the right idea, but you also need to think like you definitely want to play that a little bit slower. They were almost burnt out, right?
Nope.
You gotta be
Yeah, I think I need to train myself to just be like this and then this, or like that.
you just need to be
Or-
a little, again, deliberate. You're like you're
Yes, yes. I'm
You're
thinking
getting
I'm
to
not
this-
hitting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I am hitting it.
You are hitting it. You just need to press it once and then
Yeah.
go from
A
there.
little more trust in myself. Oh, right.
That was too far.
That's a jump. I jump out of
You
it,
jump
of that
up
one,
there,
right?
yeah. Or you catch it at
Ooh.
the startup frames, but that's a little bit harder, right?
I have to stop trying to punish that with a throw.
Yeah, which is crouching hip, medium punch, or you can stand up. You can practice the drive rush thing, Jacob. The stand, yeah, the drive rush, right?
We're alive.
Two scoops. Bunch your feet.
Oop. Oop. Ooh, very good. Ooh. Oh, very nice, dude. That was really sexy.
Yeah, everybody loves watching that anti-air, right? Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. No,
That is not a...
this is an accident.
Oh.
Oh, that was way too late. Yeah.
Oh,
It was a
wow.
good idea.
Oh.
It was a good idea. It was just too late. It was too late.
Here comes the beefer.
I wasn't actually like thinking constantly, oh, I'm in CA, I should let this rip. But I saw the missed move and then I just tried to react, but I was...
Whoop. Oh. Thought I had the... Ooh. Oh, damn it. Nope.
I just jumped over him. How far away could he possibly be?
You two were playing some fucking neutral there for just like a brief, like 5 seconds. Like, not that you're not playing neutral this way, but it's like...
Sure.
Jacob was
It looked
trying to
okay.
kick. Nelson was trying to hit crouching medium. Yeah, you were just both playing defuse. Yeah.
Ah.
You see that? You like that, boss? One crouching medium punch. Order up.
Look at control space. You're hitting it with a purple.
Ah.
Right? Nice.
No. Nope.
While you're flexing, you gotta wait till the flexing comes
Well,
up.
you gotta wait until they like don't hit it. Like you can block. Like I definitely like knowing that you can block that. It's not a real like anti-air, right? Like there's startup frame, so.
Ah.
So that's what's.
Thanks, Andromeda. But yeah, we're about to watch the Jacob arc. He's gonna come in one Friday and then tell us that he just stomped Orion 6 times in a row, and he's gonna look like a new man.
That's it. Like your drive rush. Yeah.
Ah.
Okay, I'm like getting a negative reinforcement off of every time that I hit the medium combo second punch, where I'm just like, drive rushing sucks.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah. No, I need to like actually learn this thing because I have the first thing, but not the second. I don't have the mix up yet.
Both need to take like 15-20 minutes out of your day, every day, for the next week, and just practice driving. That's what I would suggest if you actually want to get better at it. You know, you need to just sit there and put on a podcast or a second stream or something, and just do it over and over again.
That time I actually wanted to do it.
Yeah. It's risky.
Jason will walk in looking like Geef. Yeah. Geef beard? Halloween? Yay or nay?
I'd give it a shot.
Oh, yours was faster than mine.
Your throws are great, man.
Thank you. I learned from Benjamin Wheeler. That was really good.
Safer than you got that game because they're all on Nelson's match.
Yes. Sometimes I'm mashing. Good SPD. Am I dead?
If you would hit a button after that, that would have stopped that SPD. Right? You're doing like.
Oh no. Nope. Well, there we go.
Are you serious? I was like thinking drive rush, and then my hands were like dragon punch, right?
I gotta say, I hate the Xbox controller.
Oh, fair enough. So are the buttons opposite on PlayStation? What's the
No,
deal?
no, no. They're the same. It's just the positioning and everything.
I think it's just so much better.
And the D-pad is very, very sticky. Like as far as getting the inputs correct.
You that Xbox? Control sucks. Nice. Throw. Really beats that, right?
Well done. Well
Lariat.
done. Well done. Well done.
Lariat, thank you. Nope.
Oh, sick turnaround.
Thank you.
Is this a no-fly zone, Jacob?
No, you should be plus after that, Jay or Nelson. I don't know what you're doing after.
Okay. I thought I just turned around and tried to strike, but it didn't work. Well, I'm sure I did something wrong. Or I was a little too slow.
Nope.
Okay. Okay. Thought it was a good time to mash, but it wasn't. What? Oh.
Going forward. So after that, you have to take a step forward to do something. And if you
Okay.
Step forward and throw. That's all.
I'm like blocking it. He's hitting me, and I have to take a step forward and throw. Sorry.
Yeah. After the finish. You can marry that for too, right? If you do crouch leg kick, jab jab, you can marry it, get a knockdown, right? And you do the dash forward, keep your space, right?
Okay.
Remember, I like that you're using these block strings and not just like doing SPD after every one of those knees, right? You are needing a little too much. You're still using that forward momentum. How many times did we see that geek knee today?
2 minutes.
No, not at all. You barely need it all. I don't think
Oh,
you
you mean
need
while
it
we're
for-
watching?
Yeah. Right?
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Thank you.
I just like ate the SPD, and then I was like, maybe I'll be terrified of the SPD now. And then I just played like garbage for 10 seconds and died.
The grapple is easy.
Yeah.
That's what they're trying to do.
Yep. Hit one too many hits there.
Ooh.
I should have just completed it there. Actually. Wow, good job. That was sick. That's the best DI we've seen today.
Oh, Nelson, you get jumping medium. If you would hit medium there, you would have crossed up and hit.
Yeah. Nice. Very good. Aging me right into it. Nope. Weird. Ugh.
You're doing that a lot. Is that an accident or is that?
No, that was on purpose. Like trying to.
Why?
I want to watch the replay. Sorry, I had a thought, but it's gone now.
Nope.
I shouldn't ask you more.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm trying to. Jacob's conditioning me, I think, is the answer, basically. Like, I'm trying to predict where he's going to be as I'm waking up because of the way of our wake-up engagements have gone for the last, like, 10 games we've just played. And, I don't know, I guessed wrong, or he had the block up or whatever.
Nope. Good job.
It doesn't matter. You're like still ahead on life bar, and you're still ahead on meter, and you're obviously ahead on CA now. Like,
Tied on meter, basically. Even.
okay.
He's ahead on level. He's got like 30 for
Oh, nice. Very good, buddy. Holy shit.
Oh, now we're dead. Yeah.
So, back throw, right?
Back throw.
And then chill, because you know Geef has level 3, you have to respect that, right?
Yeah.
The uppercuts, even the fact that the normal ones are like, the normal ones you're doing are just like not safe. Well, they're not safe anyway, because you're like, they're walking forward, and what's a Geef gonna do? Walk and walk, right? What we just spent a bunch of time talking about, like Geefs are just gonna try to walk you down. You know what I mean? And these uppercuts that you're doing, and these neutral, when Geef's walking towards you, I know you're trying to catch a button, right? But it's just the biggest risk. It's so risky.
Hit a button.
Nice try. Sorry. Sometimes, right? It's okay. I'm just getting caught up early. Good parry.
Ooh.
I like it. I like that. You're doing that too early, Mason. We're gonna talk about jump-ins probably next week.
What's up?
We'll
What?
talk about jump-ins next week.
Okay.
Just like you're both doing things and
Oop.
something's wrong.
Okay.
Nope. Stop. Oh, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it so much. Fuck. Ooh. Nope. Yeah.
Just walk over there. Just do something. Yeah, get something. Yeah.
Oh, I just stood there like a dumb. Wow.
Remember your Mason,
Your spacing is such a pain in the butt now.
That uppercut was an accident.
That's okay.
I was just trying to
That
hit.
was an accident?
I was just trying to hit forward, like heavy, and I bumped the Y.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like I was trying to do this. Oh no, I didn't do it. So that one. I was trying to do that. That one was on purpose, but I got armored. Oh Jesus, your spacing is perfect too.
Thank you.
Well done. Too slow. Ugh. Nope, nothing's working this round.
No. Brrr, he bounces back. I have that same
Comedy of
problem with
errors.
Rashid too.
That was the sloppiest looking perfect I've seen all day.
Sorry.
Well done, Jacob.
Thank you.
If there's a good clip, I should find it. The world's longest perfect. It's the player named Idom who plays Minot, and he was playing a JP, and he sat there and parried for like 60 seconds. Basically.
Oh, mother pus bucket.
I should find that clip. It's really good.
Man, I'm just falling for stuff. You know, it'd be nice if I mixed it up a little. Yep.
There we go.
Nice. Oh,
Good
buddy.
challenge on the knee. That knee is hard. If it's not space, keep isn't plus, right?
Yeah.
The knee is a tool that's incredibly powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good. That feels nice. That's what I was saying about moves that aren't DI cancelled, right?
Yeah. Which one am I trying to remember? Is it back heavy? No, it's not back. What's the like big arm? It's just standing neutral heavy. I want not
The one where
forward.
he swings overhead, like the one
No,
we're
isn't-
talking about, the whip punish one?
Isn't my neutral heavy the knee? Okay, hold on. Don't kill me, Jacob. Just give me a second.
Yeah.
Just give me a second. Neutral heavy's the knee.
Special plus
Back heavy's this jab, and then
do assist plus.
oh, it's assist.
Yes.
Yes, it's assist heavy. Okay. Sorry, Jacob. Okay.
No, you're
Game
good,
on.
man.
Game on. Okay.
But remember, you gotta be careful because there you go. I like that.
I just want to practice assist into the.
I would just do it in the sandbox.
Ooh.
Okay. I like that you did it, but look, there's a damage reduction on parries after a perfect parry, and spending that much meter is no point.
Okay.
But I like that you just did something, right?
Yeah,
Saw it
yeah.
and you were like, I'm going for it, brother.
Oh, too late. I did it too late. Jeez.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Too late. Too late. No! Nice job, bud. Damn.
It's a gun rack. No, don't fucking slide.
I just want to like do the. I want to do the actual
It's not gonna come.
offensive flow chart we're
I'm
talking
telling
about.
you right now.
Yeah.
If you practice it and you're training it all, it's not gonna come.
Oh my goodness.
Right?
Okay.
These are, I want you thinking about it and trying to do it, but don't get mad at yourself when you don't do it. Okay?
Okay.
That is important number one. Important rule number one is like if
Oh.
you're trying to do it and you're thinking about it, do not get frustrated when you can't do it.
I'll just pass on punishing you for that first whiff. I didn't want to. It's fine.
I appreciate that.
You were like, we're whiffing right now. I'm like, sounds good. And then you're like, actually, I changed my mind. I want to kill you. And I was like, yeah. Right. I can DI out of the drive rush.
You can cancel that medium punch.
And even the medium punch, even after I hit the medium punch, I can still get a.
You know when you hear that noise when you hit the DI, the fucking you'll start reacting.
I'm not sure if I know which noise we're talking about, but okay.
Meh.
There is a noise that you make. That makes when you
I make all kinds of noises if we're being honest here.
Oh no! Ah!
Modern, baby. Get moderned. All the way back to 75% health.
I mean, not the most efficient use for damage, but it's still damage, right?
No! Nope. Too much. Oh no!
Cool.
Nice.
Nice. Oh, buddy.
There you go.
I have to be more patient.
You both have to be more patient. It's okay.
God damn it.
Jacob, taking damage isn't a failure, okay? There you go. Good check.
Good check, good check, good check.
Nah.
Oh,
Nice.
Nope.
Damn, you must have been just a pixel away.
Yep. Thought I had it. Oh. I have fallen into a pattern.
oh. Okay, so that time, I can tell you before I forget, I thought he was going to take one more step forward. I just like tried to
Still the
read
worst
it.
Option.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
Still just the
Okay.
absolute worst
Okay.
option you could do there.
okay, 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 okay.
You should only uppercut the anti-air like that, right?
Dang it.
I like that you both tried. You both tried, right? You're both trying to drive rush, and neither of you were drive rushing when I first watched you. Like,
Sure.
none of you weren't doing that shit at all. At least you're trying. You weren't driver. You would drive rush sometimes, but you're trying. Sand light kicks coming out, right? Oh, yeah. See, there we go. Good carry. I like it. Good throw. You're both just trying different shit out.
Oh. Yeah, you're better at that.
Nobody's keeping track of this win-loss record. I'm not. I don't even know what the score was at. That was actually sick, Nelson. You just ended that in Sandblast, right? Jab, jab.
Yeah. I was going for it. I just didn't.
Remember, deliberate button presses. Jab, jab, Sandblast.
Not 4 jabs.
Yeah, not what you were mashing.
Yes.
Button
Deliberate button presses.
Yeah, you don't want to just mash it. You want to go jab, jab, Sandblast.
Ooh!
Nice. Also nice. Control that space. Good.
Well
You do hell
splatted.
stab. No, it's hell stab and play a lariat.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, was that lariat?
If the first throw misses, maybe just throw again.
Call that a scramble, dude.
A scramble. Yeah,
That's
we
a
were both just
scramble.
messing
You're both
around
just
there.
fucking pressing things in
Yeah,
there.
wildly.
Some people excel in the scramble situations.
Yeah.
Some people don't. It's a skill, and you can like play in a way that you make it so it's like very scrambled.
Oh, nice. That was well done. Yeah, I liked that.
Oh, I hit the wrong button.
No, that sucks. Yeah.
Whoop!
Is it okay?
Yeah.
You're okay. Chilling.
Yeah, let's talk about the instinct to Dragon Punch when you're in the corner there. Like, that wasn't so bad, right? Yeah, I just auto
That's
comboed.
fine though. 'Cause,
I think it was
you
fine.
drive it back,
Yeah.
Up around, right?
Yikes. No, god damn it. Okay.
Okay, lariat. Nice. Under control.
The greatest part about being burnt out is that I can just keep throwing these medium punches.
Nice.
No!
That's actually fun. That's why, you know, you gotta be careful with buttons like that in the neutral, like sweeps, things that aren't DI cancelable, because Nelson will do a thing like that and just eat shit for it, right?
Big plate of it.
Mm-hmm. You both can eat shit. It's like a nice jab, so I like that. It's a very short jab.
There you go. There you go. That was good.
Oh!
That one you should have been but again, reacting to it's hard. I saw a chart that showed the average reaction rate of most of the pro players in the Japan Street Fighter League
Yeah.
to DI. It's about 20%. So don't
Wow.
be, yeah. It's about 20%. So don't be so hard on yourself when you get DI'd. I mean, Luke's different when he's burnt out because he does not get as much damage. He still has like powerful space control, but he does not get the damage that he needs to kill people with him burnout.
Yeah, like my thing about how you can press 2 mediums, that's not a modern Luke or burnt out Luke thing. That's just a me issue because you have to push different buttons when you're playing modern. That was a good lariat.
Ooh, yep.
Didn't have enough time to flash knuckle after they missed the SPD?
You
So
jumped
quick.
forward. You jumped in a weird way. You just neutral jumped, right?
And maybe it's
Whoa! Nelson!
Nice.
Oh,
Uppercut's your tool, right?
yeah.
They're airborne. You drop it down.
I miss. Yeah. It's fine. I was going for uppercut. I
Yeah.
was going for it. I missed it. I did an uppercut. I did something else instead.
I know.
Oh.
You were much more patient this round. Well done.
The constructive discussion is so much the opposite of the vibe me and my friends from fighting games. in
Yes.
college. Yeah.
Neither one of
Well,
us
I
have
mean, like,
called each other any, you
We're
know,
more
slurs.
modern, right? How long were you in college is the real question, I guess. And I just want these two to enjoy fighting games to whatever level that they want to enjoy them at, right? So. And also I'm learning how to teach because I've never taught anybody anything before.
Oh, that was really good. Nice.
Thank you.
That's wild, but I don't know what you are after this match. Is that SPD up there? I actually didn't see it. Oh, it is a commission. There.
Oh wow.
DIing jump-ins is really bad.
Okay, I didn't realize.
Yeah.
They just have time to block.
They have time to block. If they have time
And
to
the
block, they have time to
spacing.
react to the DI.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
The only time that a DI is not reactable is if you see punish counter on the screen.
Okay.
But if they block it, they had time to DI you back and they just miss. Right? You got time to block, you got time to neutral
Right.
jump?
To jump there. That was really bad on my part.
Not bad. Just it's okay.
Oh, this might be one of those two mistakes rounds.
Oh, whoop.
You're okay.
Okay. All right, it's fine. I had 3 life points like the normal. So, okay, so sometimes I have this thing where I get it in my mind that the next thing they're going to do is jump in, and so I'm like preloading the reaction to uppercut, and then no matter what they do, I uppercut. So you're seeing some of those. That was the thing I wanted to say
That
earlier.
is okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's the
But
thing I
that's
want.
fine, that's gonna happen, right? But it's like if you're only looking for jump-ins, that's okay because but then you have to make sure that you're hitting every jump-in. But then it'll become automatic after a while. You hit a button there, you got sucked in. Basically,
Yeah.
you caught your lane.
You know what's funny is that I am trying really hard to improve. I'm just still working on like the first lesson that I got as Guile, which is just like just be charging and hit these flash kicks.
Just like I don't give you the impression that I don't think you're trying. Or, you know what I mean? But these things that I say as reminders are just reminders. They're not a criticism. It's just like, yeah, think about this. Think about uppercut that, right? Like, if you uppercut that, you're out of that position. You got to think about like the reason anti-airs are strong is because you're not guessing anything afterwards. You're just putting a hard stop to the conversation, right? You're saying like, okay, you want to jump in? It's like I get some free damage. It's free damage, right? It's free real estate, basically. And
Oh.
if you anti-air the jump in, then you don't have to guess afterwards. Right?
How come you didn't SPD me there? Like
I don't
you had.
know.
Okay. Oh, but I thought like you'd started it. I thought. What's this like 2 fists thing and charge tour? Is that different from the
Yeah.
pile driver?
That?
I'm just confused. Yeah. Okay. I don't actually know what.
That.
I don't.
That's,
I don't know what
that's
Zangief's
the
moves
grabs
are.
kicks.
Yeah, Thunderstorm is just about useless.
That's right.
Yeah, that's fine. Sometimes I just throw out the super out of nowhere because I feel like I'm about to die and I want to do something funny.
You know what? There's a lot of value to that. Yeah, I can vibe with that.
Okay.
I get it.
Aye.
Okay.
Oh.
Luke sneaking his foot in the face.
Yep.
Oh, maybe so. That's very nice. Shape of the church. Nice. You were out of there. Nice. You just wanted to back up, right?
What's that?
Once you got out of the corner, just like fucking get. You want to create space from this geek. You're kind of scrambling, right?
Okay.
You're
I just wanted to fight. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I know you wanted to play, but that was not the time.
But you're telling me instead I should want to create space.
You kind of have to play differently against Geef, and that you want to keep Geef out, right?
Oh.
Until you get a knockdown, and then Geef, once you have your offense down, that was a good meeting. Good meeting. You can get more off that, but it's like the fact that you're starting with that, right?
Ooh. Nope. Wrong button. I.
Oh, I see. He actually. I'm so. Why am I so far away? God, I can't handle how much you have to walk forward after that. Sorry, I'm like trying to understand this move, and it's like, yeah. First, there's this like vacuum suction of the whole screen, but then you're still a shimmy step away. I'm messed up by it all the time. Okay, that was wrong. I did do it on purpose. Yeah.
I shouldn't say wrong, it was a decision.
Sketchy as hell, though. Yeah.
It is very risky. I'm not trying to bemoan your decision, I'm just saying that you are going to die for that a lot.
Yeah. I did just there.
Okay. Stop.
Not sure why I was mashing at the time. It's because it doesn't matter because it's an auto combo. You just like, doesn't actually matter if you mash. 3 standing jabs isn't real, but I can't stop doing it. Somehow I'm alive after that. Blocking chip damage to death. Right? Yeah. You just die no matter what. Yeah. Checkmate. Checkmate. Okay, I didn't realize until today that... Is it level 3? Geef level 3, the spinny cyclone thing?
2.
It's level 2. You realize level 2 actually sucks you in. Oh. Yeah, I know. It just looks like it was a bad one, but it's like... That one was fine, actually, I just messed it up.
Oh. Yo.
That's really good.
Woo.
Yeah. It's okay. No, I'm only doing uppercuts when they're wrong. I'm off doing uppercuts when it's the perfect move.
You are doing uppercuts when it's just risky. It's not wrong, right? It's a risk. You should uppercut these
Wait, maybe I should uppercut him when he's above me? What? It's an idea, I guess.
Didn't have that space, right? Nope.
Just a little toe too far away there. Ugh.
Ooh. Oh no.
Oh.
Ooh, very good. Damn it.
It was really close.
I don't know if you did that on purpose, but I was like, I definitely would have done that there, and you definitely wouldn't have killed. Yeah, that follow-up to the EX.
The extra one, the second hit off the EX Dragon Punch, yeah.
That was a good choice. I don't know if you did that on purpose or what.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I mean... I'll be honest, I don't know if I did.
Follow-up on purpose?
I don't know if I did the
You
follow-up
look
on
at
purpose
the,
or I
like,
was
don't
mashing.
say, I think the follow-up kills here.
No.
Okay.
No, I didn't.
That's
I didn't do that, but I might have had the
I was looking at it,
impression.
I was like, I think the follow-up kills here, and then you did it, and I was like, holy shit, and then it did kill him. I'm like, that's tragic.
Oh.
Yeah, that sucks. But that is something. This is why fighting is interesting.
Nice.
I'm trying to increase the value of my own uppercuts by reducing the number.
Oh
of
yeah.
I'm trying to decrease the number of like uppercuts in neutral on the market.
Oh no.
Oh man.
All right. We've showcased just about every one of the moves. Yeah, I died. I keep triple jabbing. Okay, what's up?
Clock, dude.
We're saying
Oh
goodbye.
shit, is it? Oh wow.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
Thanks for stream.
Thank you.
Good games.
All right, everybody beat it. Get out. No, just kidding. All right. Well, that's all we got time for today. But that's not the end of our streaming schedule and all that. But before we go, if you like this stream and you like the other stuff that Loading Ready Run does, you can go to our Patreon at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. If you don't want to support us through there, you can go to our store at store.loadingreadyrun.com. We have a new hoodie for sale. Christmas is coming around. You got a Lure fan in your life, let them know. If you're watching on Twitch, make sure you follow. And if you got Amazon Prime or anything like that, you can sub to the channel. And if you're watching on YouTube, what up, YouTube? Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to support us through YouTube, and that's the only way you watch us, and you don't do Patreon, then you can do Super Thanks on YouTube, which are basically just a donation. I think it's like bits or whatever.
And there's memberships.
And there's YouTube memberships, which we do a couple things to be. You get a couple bonuses for being a YouTube member. Thanks to Jacob and Nelson for coming in. I hope the first 2 hours weren't too slow. You didn't get to play any video games or anything.
No, it was so good.
So yeah, you've both got things to kind of work on and think about, right? I hope that was not me. Like, that's just like, there are things to think about, and I want deliberate button presses, and I would highly suggest that if you spend some time on your own playing these games, go into training mode and just like the things we talked about, the buttons we talked about, and drive rushing, and just like deliberate button presses, right? We want to see, I don't want to see like, I don't want like this. I want, right? Like a cadence, there's a rhythm, you know, a reason, not just that, but right, you know, with purpose. So, all right, gamers, we'll see y'all later, and yeah, see you next week. Okay,
Thanks,
bye.
everybody.